And we're live. Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones, wherever you might be. I'm Emma and welcome back to the House of Hubris, where the cold snap has hit and it is glorious. Seriously, I cannot overstate how unpleasant I found this extended hot weather. It's almost like we broke the climate or something. But more importantly, welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Which, again, I'm doing that thing where I gesture at the screen, doesn't say it on the screen. Wish it did, but hey, here we are. Take my word for it, this is the same game it has been. So, if you were here last time, you saw us get through the shield maze. And it turned out that the whole thing was a ploy, and Wendwag, whose character sheet said evil, was actually evil. Who knew? Me. And anybody else who read the character sheet. Yeah, and that we had been lured down there as part of a whole thing with demons to get mongrels to eat Asimar flesh that then supercharged their demon powers. Also, my apparent demon powers got supercharged as I clicked something that said Demon Mythic Path, so I've got all kinds of blood in me, apparently. And yeah, Bigitha has made it out of the maze. We're back into Canabras. We're currently in a cellar. And we're going to go and see how the whole demon made of bugs descending upon the... what's name? Festival, that's the word. Has done. No, I am still a true neutral dino druid. Bigitha is, and frankly will always be that. Just... now we've manifested powers that said Angel Mythic Path and ones that said Demon Mythic Path, which I think are just building towards something. Lan's still with us. Still got Seal and Camellia. Clyde is here, of course, and we're being followed by Horgus, and I thought Nevia was following us. Maybe she... oh no, I think she said she was staying behind to take care of getting the kids out. Devil dinosaur? Yeah, pretty much. Well, actually, no. Demon, not devil. Because they're different in this cosmology, it's a whole thing. Chaotic evil, not evil. Is this loud, or do I just have my headphones turned up? I think I just have my headphones turned up. Stop shouting Divine Weapon Bond at me. You're a Divine Weapon Bond. Oh, cool, I wasn't even needed. I'll just go. Yeah, all of these portraits were actual characters. We're going to meet the person, the gnome that this face belongs to. And it's going to be very awkward. The half-orc before you, wearing armour adorned with Iomede's golden swords, is clearly exhausted. She obviously hasn't got much sleep over the last few days. There's soot on her face and fresh blood on her sword. Her hazel eyes are hard and focused, and her firm voice sounds accustomed to giving orders or shouting Divine Weapon Bond. She sizes you up, surprised, judging whether you're friend or foe, and opens her mouth to ask you something, but freezes when she spots a Nevia. Okay, apparently she is with us. Oh yeah, she said her wife was up here. You love to see it.
By the goddess, Nevi, I'd almost lost all hope.
You said wife, you didn't say large half-orc wife material.
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here. I'm here. This here's a new friend.
Bigitha Lodge dot
She rounded
here.
up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Without her, we'd never have made it out. Let me introduce you to my wife, Irabeth Tirabade, head of the Eagle Watch.
Irabeth Tirabade, that's... I don't like how similar your first and last names are, I'll be real.
Until the army arrives, I'm the temporary warden of Canabras. And you're just in time. As you can see, we're in the middle of a battle. And thank you for getting Nevia out of there.
You're welcome. Where are we? I mean, looks barracksy.
The Grey Garrison.
Close enough.
Until recently, it served as barracks for the Crusaders.
There you go.
But it's now been taken over by cultists.
What? Battle question mark?
When the demons attacked the city, their main target was the Ward Stone. I trust I don't have to explain to you what the Ward Stone is and how important it is to the Crusaders. We must retake it at any cost, or the fall of Canabras will be the beginning of the end of the Crusades, and with them, the rest of the world.
Okay, but what if you did have to explain to me? Well, that's what the Codex is for, I guess. The Wardstones are a chain of powerful artifacts keeping the World Wound's expansion at bay. The first and greatest in the chain was erected in the city of Canabras by the hand of the Inheritor himself, a golden-winged angel sent by the goddess Iomedae. Cool. See, you didn't have to explain it to me. I have a book in my brain. Also, I know this is wildly hypocritical speaking as somebody who sounds like I do, but Jesus Christ, calm it down with the kind of big, plummy, non-rhotic pronunciations. A Wardstone is and how important it is. Again, I know I'm a hypocrite.
I see that you had a difficult journey to the surface. You need to rest. But there's a lot riding on this battle. I have no right to command you, but I'm asking you to help us.
Oh no, we cannot just say, Wardstone question mark.
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomedae. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras Obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the abyss.
See, the book in my brain told me all of that. Honestly. Anyway, yeah, we have cultist letters. Just FYI.
Very good. Report to me in full when we get back to the Defender's Heart. It's our temporary headquarters.
The
Right
papers
now,
right here.
the most dangerous cultists
sure.
are here.
I could just
the ones occupying the Grey Garrison.
No, you don't want me to just give you the thing I'm holding. No, I have to come and give you the thing somewhere else. Sure. Anyway, this is Lan. He's new here.
Most people in Canabras think that the children of the First Crusaders are simply a legend. Other people say that the day you emerge on the surface heralds the start of the end of the world. I'm not superstitious, but the situation is apocalyptic, all right. Having a living legend on our side can't hurt.
Come on, living legend? A walking folktale, maybe? I
You
just
should
need to make sure I don't
recognize
turn into a running joke.
Lan's voice actor, shouldn't I? It's a very familiar voice. It's going to be kind of one of the big ones. Anyway, what's the city like? Full of demon bugs and cultists?
The city's gone.
Oh.
Most of the defenders, including the dragon Terendelev, fell in the first few hours. The civilians either fled or died in the chaos. The place is overrun with cultists and demons.
And this stream is overrun with that 33-month resub from Charities Lady. That number is too big. It concerns me. I haven't been doing this 33 months. That can't be true.
Don't talk like that. Canabras hasn't fallen. Not while it still has defenders like you and me.
And Clyde.
Sweet words don't change the grim truth.
Shush.
No, she's right. Thank you, Knight. Until we no longer have the strength to hold a weapon, until Iomedae abandons us, we will fight for Canabras.
Why Wardstone here, though?
The demons have long laid siege to Canabras, but this time, their lord Dascari appeared in the flesh. He ripped the Wardstone from the ground and hurled it halfway across the city to here. I thought the stone was destroyed, but it seems all is not lost, yet. Dascari has gone, but the Wardstone is surrounded by a horde of those creatures. What are they going to do to it? Nothing good, that's for certain.
That seems remarkably lax from Dascari. Just, we found the thing we wanted, I will throw it away. Big Aunt Peggy vibes, yeah. Robbed you. I say that, but it robbed you of a month in the numbers, so it's actually 34. I think it's actually... Is it not 33? Because we've been doing this 34 months, but I didn't make affiliate in the first month. So you couldn't have subbed then. Adjusts glasses well, actually.
But how did he do that? He's a demon! The Wardstone should have burned his filthy hide!
I mean, maybe it did. Maybe that's why he threw it across the city.
It should have. But what happened, happened. We don't know why.
I am very capable of picking up something that burns me and then throwing it away. It's what we call a reflex. Anyway, we go fight now?
That's the spirit.
Yeah, it is.
You, take a Navia to the rear. The rest
Ladies.
of you with me.
I mean, when a woman this size tells you to take her wife to the rear, you do it. You hear laboured breathing interspersed with disgruntled muttering. Horgus is holding his rapier hilt in a white-knuckled grip. A bead of sweat trickles down from his temple. What's that mean with the scroll? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Eating it, yeah. Anyway, Horgus is having a moment.
Lord Horgus Worm, forgive me. I did
Even
not
funnier when the
realize we had
BAs say it.
civilians among us.
Worm.
My people will escort you somewhere safe. To the extent that anywhere in Canopus can be said to be safe right now.
I mean, right behind me should be good. Hey, you owe me 2,000 gold. That man is running away with my 2,000 gold.
That's right. Fighting spirit is the one thing that we've got plenty of. Actual fighting power, that's not so great.
Speak for
Fighting
yourself.
know-how, even worse.
Speak
But
even more for
fighting
yourself.
Spirit, at least we're rich in that.
I've got a dinosaur.
For Iomedae! For the Queen!
There's a queen?
Kill the beasts!
Queen Galfrey, absolute monarch of the Crusader State of Mendev. Alright then. Irabeth raises her blade, and the soldiers, inspired by her cry, rush into battle with renewed vigor. Well, bye. And I loot some corpses. These people all dropped masterwork Badishas. I don't particularly want them. Because Seela just got a magic glaive, and yeah, nobody else is really here for a two-hander. What if we go this way? It's locked from the other side. You play my game in order. Okay. Staunton Vane. Oh, we can't just leave? We can't just leave? I'm rotating the camera in the wrong way. We're getting a lot of experience from them just killing cultists. It's great. And now we can get loot from it as well.
The last one for me.
Ah, damn it. Clyde, why did you aggro these people? No, you know what? I'm just... They're clearly taking care of it. Scroll of some monster, yes. Scroll of fire belly, like that. Scroll of remove sickness, like that. Lots of masterwork, two-handed weapons. Generic heavy crossbow. Scrolls. Scroll of Boon. Scroll of Boon! Seamless, I know. Sealed with magic. Okay. Don't know why that one was yellow. There's a locked door here. What if we pick that lock?
This one was beyond me.
Camellia!
Not this time.
Camellia! What, and I don't get to, like, use another lockpick or anything?
I hope you appreciate this.
Oh, what, so you just have to keep trying it until you pick it? I guess that will be a problem if, like, there's actual stuff happening, I guess. Fine. Anyway, let's steal all this stuff from the garrison. Just crafting materials and potion of inflict. Like, do you have to drink? Right, so you drink that and then touch them. Fair enough. You don't just yeet it at them. Anything else in here? Nope. Okay, guess we're going. Up the stairs. Oh, hello. Hello, also you. Hey, I know you. So you're one of these cultists? Why does it say open door? How's it going, pal? Want to join? Your lot will all be dead soon. We'll be alive. That's what a cultist sounds like. Everyone here is called open door. I can't. Come on, leave these losers. The Crusades are over. Soon the demons will rule the whole world. Seems unlikely. Assuming that's the Waterstones, they're shiny. Here goes nothing. All hail Baphomet. Cowardly traitor, I swear on the sword of Iomedae you will answer for your betrayal. Iomedae protects us. These demons stand no chance. They stand even less chance in turn-based. Well, that's a lot of cultists. It's possible they may stand a chance. Especially if they nat 20 me like that.
This is not the end.
Just kill me. 20 is automatically hit, and can crit. Okay. Right. Thank you for mechanics. So Bigitha's dead. Good start. Finally, we get a turn. Is Bigitha healable? Where is she? Where? No. Haha! I have HP. Can I get up? Maybe. And we will smite this guy. Smite this guy in particular. And we will step to engagement range. Alright. Thanks, Sailor. Good initiative turn right there. All these people should have their crossbow licenses revoked. Yay! We can stand up. We should do that. How? Do I just have an action for stand up? Not my spell book. It's not an ability as such. It's not an item. I just wish to get up. Can I get up without moving? Because it seems like moving is going to trigger a billion attacks of opportunity. Just... Okay, well, or we could just assume that all three of them are going to miss. Physician, cure light wounds thyself. Melia, turn your sword on. You know what? I think it's time for Sealer to be big. Yeah. Also, Clyde, kill a guy. Thank you, Clyde. Engage all these guys. Thank you, Clyde. Lan. Make this man explode. Cool. And make that man explode also. Okay, the bit where they came up the stairs and immediately murdered me doesn't seem to have caused many problems, to be honest. Because all these cultists appear to be just rank incompetents. Hope that guy who defected just for after one threat is dead.
Into the fray.
25 damage. That's a bunch. Advance menacingly while large. Move slightly out of the range of the lighting effect. Jesus, that really does snap in. Erebeth, stop getting shot at. Bigitha also stopped getting shot at. Is anybody within snowball range? Yeah, they are. Natural one! Throwing a snowball at a guy. Sure. Can I steal things, or is that take an action? That would seem to take an action. Oh well. Camellia, do some support. Bigitha needs to use again. Thank you. Clyde, do you have an open charge line on these? Yeah, you do. Haha! Triceratops! You weren't expecting that. And really, how weren't you expecting that? He was not hard to see. Lovely. That is really doing God's work here, that God being Iamade. Presumably. I mean, we're in her house, it would be rude not to. French. Kinda sounds like a slur. So I've had to be like, oh, you've got some hit points. Not anymore. Clyde, why did you let that man hit you with a scythe? You should cure Clyde's HP. I know. I know about curing. I've already done a bunch of it.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
The Inheritor did not, in fact, guide your blade. God, there just keeps being more of them. And all those people are on fire. Probably not helpful. Apparently I've prepared 2 cures. Alright, but I'd need to get actually into range of Clyde to use them. So what I will instead do is turn his teeth into acid teeth. Bet you didn't expect that from a Triceratops, now did you? Inflict his touch range as well? Yeah. I'll move over here. Really wish you had some range options. Wait, should I give you a bow? Oh no, because you were like, I'm encumbered. Fine, you go heal Clyde. Okay, reminding me to heal is just the hydrate and stretch reminder. I mean, yeah. One of your people is dying. Did you know you can make them less dying? Yes. As opposed to that guy who will never be less dying than he is right now. Expand Clyde's panel. He deserves his own thing on the party. Thanks for closing the distance. Made that sight mark easier. Given that we had 1 billion cultists dropped on us, this is not going badly. Sealer, stop getting hit. I know you're very large now, but maybe try and dodge. Or just murder everyone. That does seem to be our kind of preferred tactic. Goodbye. 21 damage even with reduction. Get, and hear me out here, wrecked. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Cleric Kaiju. She's still not a cleric, I keep saying that. She's a paladin. She's like the prototypical paladin in Pathfinder standard characters. Cleric would be Kyra. Did I pick up a ranged weapon? I have these darts. I'm not going to use them just on principle. I can't channel anything into summoning or anything. I think I can do. Oh, I can zap his bands. Zap. 1 damage. Ha ha ha. I'm helping. Okay, well, I have a cure for the dinosaur. You're welcome. that natural one, Clyde? You're gonna get fired from the stream. You don't stand for that kind of thing around here.
Make every strike count.
There you go. Every strike counted. Not that one. There we go. Jesus Christ, they picked up a ton of speed. Giant Paladin charge! Chop that gnome in half! Alright, we got scrolls, we got scrolls, we got scrolls. And scrolls. So many scrolls. And scrolls. But over here we have scrolls. They all brought these scrolls and, like, none of them used them. Honestly, it's that kind of lack of preparation that leads to you all being dead. How does that compare to Land's composite one, I wonder? Let's see. Masterwork scimitars. Yeah, I like having my demon killing scimitar because that seems to, you know, be relevant. So all the corpses over here. Can we do anything with the ward stone? No? No, it's just gonna sit there and hum? Alright then. Wonder if do items have to be on your belt to use them during combat, or can I use scrolls from my inventory? Rocks falling, everyone dies. Battle, let's take Canabris back. Calm down, Erebeth. We need to drink some potions first. Yeah, also I was going to check Lan with that bow. Where did it go? Ah. Right, so it gets the +1 on rolls, but on the other hand, it doesn't get his +3 strength modifier, so... Please keep this inventory organized, you animals. Okay, who needs potions? I have many. Bottoms up, Clyde. Cool. Do you want another scroll? I probably have other scrolls you can use. Firebelly, that seems useful. You've just got scroll of ow. And you have nothing. Because you can't. Scroll of blur sound. Potion of blur sounds not terrible. And shield of faith. Get you some armor. You know, to get over the fact that you are terminally monk. Okay, but could we go the other way? Was there anything over here? Speed! Sounds of everyone running off screen. The stairs are severely damaged this way is impassable. Impassable. This door is locked from the other side. How dare they lock all these doors while they're under attack from cultists? It's frankly rude. What's the betting this will be locked from the other side? Clyde? Locked by some unusual or magical means, but from the other side. I didn't loot these bodies, potions and scrolls. Haze of dreams. What does that do? Halves speed. That doesn't seem like what that would do, but okay. Is this door locked? A heavy blunt object was clearly used to try and break down the door. The lock is broken and the door cannot be opened. I mean, that sounds like a challenge for somebody with an even heavier, sharp object. Locked from the other side. They're all locked. Okay, sure. Let's just go. To the 3rd floor! We left behind all this incredibly generic loot. I deeply don't care for it. But over here... Ah, yes. The rocks, as I say, fall. It's time to decide at last what to do about the world wound. Is it? I thought we were just killing cultists, clearing out this barracks. Putting a lot of pressure on me there, loading screen tip. Hello.
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh!
The face of this demoness could be called pretty if it had eyes, weirdly judgy and kind of ableist. Her mouth slowly widens into a smug grin. People with anatomical differences aren't automatically excluded from pretty. That is very much not how it works. Also, I know plenty of people who would be very into this.
What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it. You missed me terribly.
Shock as the one man who had a name turns out to be important.
Mirago. You again, you wench!
The aged dwarf from Erebeth's troop, silent up to now, spits on the floor. His hardened, craggy face, like storm-weathered stone, twists as if in pain.
Minago, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde.
Yeah, she gets her own
She was once
codex
responsible
page.
for a massacre in Canabras. She must be back to finish what she started.
The powerful Lilith Minago is one of the demons whose names in Mendev are always spoken with a curse. She's the author of that's a weird word to use there, two of the most horrific atrocities in the history of the Crusades, the Fall of Dresden and the Red Morning Massacre of Canabras. I saw the Red Morning Massacre supporting Bring Me the Horizon at the Alexandra Palace. Chaotic. You give me a chaotic button, but at the same time it's a weirdly judgy chaotic button. No. After I've just had that little aside, I can't really just be like, hey, what's wrong with your face? Staunton, you know this demon?
Does he know me? Staunton, darling. Tell them all how close we were.
I know it sounds like a band. That was the joke I made as well.
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Dresden fell.
I don't know, the first two of those sound like you probably had some part in them. Where's Dresden? Founded as a city fortress during the hubris of the First Mendevian Crusade, Dresden was overtaken by the demonic hordes of the World Wound. It now stands as a demonic monument to the foolish naivety of those early crusaders. So what you're saying is, it is literally the House of Hubris. We must go there.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will you said this, and now you claim that Dresden fell because of me. No, my dear. That was entirely your own doing.
I don't know, she's making some solid points, and ones that I already made. And I'm not just agreeing with her for the reasons you might expect.
I'll beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
I'll kill you!
Ooh, 3 exclamation marks. That's how you know they're serious. He would not, in fact, kill her. You're Playing with auto end turn, this allows you to end the turn automatically when you finish your standard move actions. Yes, I can't think why I wouldn't want that, so sure. Anyway, here's a bunch more cultists to murder. See, we're criticizing her for these massacres, while we're doing that to Mans. Got some abracandaloos in here. What's abracandaloos, precious? Another chaotic evil outsider. Anti-resistance damage reduction. Okay, so they're just bigger demons. Clyde, you messed up like your one thing there. You run at people, you hit them, they turn to jam. Those are the 3 steps. It's very simple. Okay, that'll do. People walk past you and you turn them to jam without even really looking. Staunton, this whole charging headlong into the demons thing may not have worked great. Let's all get lit. And Lan, if you could just shoot everyone.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Thank you, Lan. Yes, they have damage reduction. I know. We literally saw this. To increase your efficiency, try using... No. I'll be inefficient if I want to, game. Anybody in range of an inflict? No? Turn your sword on. The attacks of opportunity are so abrupt. Calmly walk past somebody, explode. Do you have a charge path on anyone? Ooh. Fine, just go and engage these people. Does Sealer's Magic Glaive count as Cold Iron? No, it's just +1. And does negative energy damage on the first hit. That's how what it was. Yes, I remember. I know things. Shoot at the dinosaur, miss, and just get murdered. Okay, okay, Clyde, you're actually hitting people now. That's such an improvement. Staunton, stop rolling natural ones. You have so many attacks. I've got a cold iron scimitar. I can stab these people. Okay, like I did damage, I guess.
You won't survive me.
And now it's dead. Thank you, Lan.
I'll cut you wide open.
Stabby, stabby.
The inheritor.
Get off my
guide
probability.
blade.
You just give yourself a bit of healing. By the power of large green lesbians. That's not fair. By the power of large green sapphics. The buys have power too, y'all. I don't know why my brain decided to say that as Chris France, but you know. Well murdered, Staunton. Good job. Is there any like mini heal I've got in my cantrips? Just stabilize? I think it's just stabilize. Zapty? No. Okay, just get stabbed instead. From downtown!
Endure this.
there's one thing I learned watching wrestling, it's that if you save from downtown, then you are going to win. It's just how it works. Anything good? Scrolls, scrolls, so many scrolls. And crappy equipment. Descari, could you at least give your minions more stealable equipment? Oh, you're all flummoxed by this 14 DC mobility check.
The monk?
Thanks, Lan. Perks for having one guy who doesn't wear armor. I don't know what the mobility check was. I just clicked a button. Ah, okay, we were just getting around the corner. As soon as you step into the chamber, your vision seems to darken, and your knees buckle. You struggle to keep your balance. The air in here is laden with the power coming from the stone. Suddenly your head is filled with voices screaming, whispering, cackling, threatening, voices pleading for help, shrieking curses and taunts. You blink and the illusion passes. Well, that was weird, but hey.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it. Your precious wardstone. But what are you planning to do now, I could kill you where you stand, but wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
Okay, A, gross. B, just say to the pain, lady. Save us all some time.
Sounds terrifying. Except that's how we've been living for generations.
Boom. You're never going to get past the gallows humor defenses of people with chronic illness.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious wardstone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Descari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole
So that's your master plan, is
the world
to
will
seduce a big rock.
The gift of your useless goddess will be a weapon
You're
of
just
the
gonna
abyss.
seduce the rock.
Just a little more and boom.
This really is a D&D game.
Every
How do you
city
solve this
with
problem?
one
We're gonna
of these
seduce the rock.
eyesores
Natural 20.
stuck
Oh,
in
okay,
the
I
middle of
guess.
it. From Canabras to Neurosian. will
Anyway,
turn
yes,
to
master plan.
smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves.
Turning people into red sludge is my thing.
So you have a choice. Especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof. Pledge your loyalty to Baphomet. And when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
I mean, will they? Ah, yes, Baphomet, first greatest Minotaur. Lord of Demonkind. Hi, can I get some backstory?
You've already forgotten me. Mortals have awfully short memories.
No,
Shorter than your
it's,
little
I just
lives.
didn't care.
Staunton, sweetums. Don't you want to introduce me to your friends properly? No? Well, I'd better do it myself. I am Minago, Lily-2 and faithful servant of Baphomet, and leader of his armies. The city is mine now. I'm just starting to settle in, get things just how I like them. But once I'm finished, I promise you, the results will be simply to die for.
Little two are subversive and hidden horrors, demons who work subtly in their constant quest to destroy and devastate. Lily two enjoy few things more than leading mortals into all manner of sinful acts, and apparently seducing rocks, in the hope that when the mortal perishes, their soul will fuel the abyss. The exact nature of sin that Little two tempts a mortal into committing varies, for these demons are adept at reading mortal desires and secrets and seducing rocks, quickly discerning which sins a specific target can be convinced to perform. I'd love to know what sins this rock is going to perform. Lilith who possess a hideous ability. They can turn their victims into husks, immobile and desiccated bodies that do not actually die, but preserve their life and consciousness. Little two can assume the form of their husks, stealing their face and appearance, and treating their poor victims like a living wardrobe. You know, like backwards Samisha.
And it was such a charming little place until you sullied it with your presence. It had such lovely boulevards, quiet and shaded. You took those away from me, and I shan't forgive you for that.
Emily, I simultaneously do and don't want to know more. Anyway, Camellia has opinions on your eye for decorating, I guess.
They've done much worse things than spoil the promenades.
I know, we were injecting levity. It was Alice in Wonderland? Okay, sure.
Yes, of course, you're right. I grieve for the common folk as well.
More importantly, boulevards. There were trees. Feel righteous fury swell within you. How dare this demon besmirch the ground of this beautiful world with her hooves, a world created by the gods and cultivated by mortals? And these cultists, how dare they betray all that's sacred in this world and join the forces of the foulest evil? Can they repent and redeem themselves, or have they followed the path of evil past the point of no return? The wardstone seems to sense your thoughts. The chamber grows slightly brighter. Again, for a true neutral druid, we have very strong opinions on evil. But I think this is just all this outsider blood in us. So, about the rock seduction.
Well, quite what am I doing to it?
Exactly.
Probably the same thing I did to many of your comrades. Sweetly and tenderly persuading it to abandon the mortals and join our side.
Prepare to fight to the death, demon! We won't let that happen.
I mean, we're doing a lot of talking. Feel a sudden rush of wild rage, and with it comes a feeling of monstrous, unbridled, destructive power. It's like the power you felt in the Shield Maze when you were confronting Sabamalech, but now it feels more fully fledged, more conscious. Shut up.
Make me.
Okay.
One of the sweetest spoils of war is gloating over your broken and humiliated enemy. You want to deny me that pleasure?
So we can succumb to the demon rage, which is apparently quantifiably evil. Throw the heavenly light at them, which would be quantifiably good, or just say nah and attack them with our regular hands. Are demon and angel the only mythic paths we're going to be offered in this? I don't know. We're true neutral for a reason. Get regular stabbed.
Quickens.
Haha. Although I love that I can also then just immediately use the Light of Heaven as a regular action. And I will. Get lit! Clyde, how have you taken so much damage? Well, anyway. You may have this master plan and seducing and rock seduction techniques, but you didn't count on this Triceratops, did you?
The spirits demand your blood.
In the words of Big Shaq, you didn't hear me, did you? At some point, I really must put together that playlist of references I make all the time on my streams that you should really watch if you want to understand me.
Make every strike count.
She does seem to have armor class of 1 billion. Go and lay some hands on Clyde. You don't have an action brain because it was an ambush round. I know how the system works. It's fine. It's fine. See? Fine. Everything is fine. Bigitha's gonna stab you. Everything's fine. 1 damage? Jesus Christ on a bridge. Clyde failed a saving throw against his lightning bolt. 3 kinds of saving throw. stuff that improves saving throws improves them. We all seem to be dead. Clyde is dead. Seela is dead. I am very short on cures. Can I just drop a potion on them? What about this potion I've got quick slotted? Nope, that just uses it on me. Well. Anybody in range for some serious wounds? Oh, no, that's just use the scroll to cure it. Yes, that's how this works. Well, at least those two men are dead. Lan is really proving his worth at the minute. As opposed to most of these other people who are just absolutely getting murdered. Clyde, get up. Let's have a... You know what? I'll drink this potion of Barkskin to try and not die. Are we meant to win this fight? Because she has like a base AC of at least 19 and spells that do a bajillion damage. I'm getting the feeling I may not be meant to win. Clyde tries to stand up, immediately gets an attack of opportunity to death. I really hope we're not meant to win.
You are today's sacrifice.
That was pathetic.
Out of my way.
Bigitha, you're really not doing much with that scimitar. Yes! Somebody hit Minago! Oh my god, 19 damage took her health bar down that much. How many attacks does she have?
My wounds pile on. Go for their hearts.
I like how the camera keeps going over. Lan, oh no, still down. I'm going to stop using scrolls just on the assumption that I am meant to lose this fight. Jesus Christ. Ha! You get attack of opportunity by a gnome, fool.
Let's hear you cry.
Have 1 damage from a gnome. Sure, I guess. What?
Kill me quickly.
That's it. I'm tired of playing
Okay,
around now.
yeah, cool. Everybody is down, so we
Want
finish.
to know what will happen when I'm done with the ward stone? Here's a little demonstration.
But we successfully annoyed her. Also exploded a few cultists, so that's always fun. The demoness whispers a spell and a wave of darkness sweeps through the chamber. Your companions wince in pain, but it's nothing compared to what you feel. Your feelings are special and more worthy of recognition than anybody else's. Thousands of voices once again burst into your mind, drowning you in their moans, screams and sobs. Pain rocks through your skull. And say your evil spells won't stop a righteous army. You'll pay for this, scum. How is you'll pay for this demon scum evil? What, is this just full-on kind of Jedi emotion is bad? Or you won't break us, we'll never give up, never surrender. I mean, to be fair, even if I wasn't just playing neutral, one of these gave me the opportunity to make a Galaxy Quest reference.
We will never give up. We will not break. We will not run.
See? Lan gets it.
It would be a shame if you died without ever surrendering. But honestly, I'll be satisfied no matter what way you die.
Roar voices blends into an unbearable wall of screaming, and I saw those supporting... Damn it, the riff has gone. I was trying to go for a slightly esoteric metal band, and it just wasn't there. Unbearable wall of screaming, I saw them supporting Spirit Box. That would do. Your vision goes dark.
Yet another obstacle.
It's round 1. It's always round 1 somewhere. You could have a scroll of Cure Light Wounds that you could use. I know, I've been doing it.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long.
Why does that feel like shade? Why does that feel like shade? Oh, you were easy to heal. What?
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong.
Okay, but we still get 920 XP.
It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
I mean, it does feel like it's also still a tavern. Anyway, I have this letter that I've been trying to give you.
Demons have been filling Canobras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now. At least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
I'm sorry, I'm incapable of not being a hero. It's some people are just built different. Okay, but we'll be back to built different to her. And one day I'll work out a good segue. But hey, actually, what we're doing now is taking a short break. We'll be back with Bigitha in a few minutes and continue this conversation with the large green lady. I need to run some ads and get some water and stretch my legs. All of you should do the self-care things too. Get up, move around, have a drink, have a snack. Take your meds if you need to. This is a reminder. And yeah, go and say hi to a human. Or other species, I guess. I'm not. Say hi to something, at least. Yeah. Let the ads run if you can, and we'll be back in a few minutes with more of this. See you in a few. And I'm back. Hi, everyone. Yes, so we've just shown her this letter, and she said, damn, somebody should sort that out. Hey, speaking of which, are you free? So, what's the deal? Everything okay with all the demons?
Bad, but not hopeless.
That's what they call me.
We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
Sorry, everyone seemed to be dead, but then they were not, and their faces and eyes are burning. That sounds like a zombie plague. Just saying, Erebeth, maybe you should look to that. So what's the plan?
You heard what the demons said.
Demons say a lot of
things.
things.
Desecrate the ward stone and blow up the whole barrier around the world wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade.
Of course it would.
Not only Canobras,
escalation,
but every city with a ward stone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomade's gift must not become a weapon of the abyss.
I love that I have tell me about the ward stone, why is it so important? She's just very explicitly told you that, Bigitha. Pay attention.
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to
So the GM came and did plot. Got it.
He raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone.
Or put it there.
Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit.
I know him well.
You saw him during the demon attack. The
Well,
elf
I don't know
asked
him
him
well, I
about
just
the
met him,
history
but
of the
hey.
Crusades.
He shouted
Maybe
a
the
lot.
storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened.
That seems like a very long shot, but okay.
There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use.
The half-orc smiles at you encouragingly. You have feelings about it.
And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabris, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure.
Literally anything.
One of the
There's a
missing fighters
Triceratops in
is
this room.
Jana Aldori,
Nothing makes sense anymore.
a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Jana had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Jana. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
I shall forget to do so, but everything is clear.
May the goddess help you.
Okay, it's in my
We're
journal.
still
There's
fighting,
that at least.
Which means that Canabris still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault.
What is this, Mass Effect 3?
Yes, one more thing.
Oh,
If you're in
God.
the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Inevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day.
Raid your
You
fridge,
can take
got it.
whatever you find. You have more need of it.
I just love it. Just casual Triceratops. Can I just get back in bed? Oh, yes, but that would actually trigger resting, and honestly. This way, Clyde. Hello, everyone. Oh, hello. Hey, wait. Mind if I bend your ear about something? Nevi is outside your door, leaning casually against a shelf. That's mostly just how she stands. So, here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a crucial mission, I get that, and I know you'll get the job done. I saw you in action. But here's the rub. By sending you out on an errand, we're weakening our defenses here. They come at us while you're gone. I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. Alright, so what's your point? So, the rift that damn beetle left with its side, yeah, well, it cut the city into two, and it's kind of difficult to get across. My scouts tell me that they're halfway decent to set up a crossing in Market Square. Not that any of them tried it to make sure. But if you've got a mind to go across, and I think you're going to have to eventually, you might want to give the square a once-over. Okay, that seems disconnected from what you were just saying. Did you want me to stay here? What? No! Your task is far too important. You can't just hole up here all cozy like waiting for the demons to knock on the door. We need to take the fight to them. If those freaks try to make a move on this place, Beth will send a runner to get you. If that happens, you leg it back here, alright? Because if you don't, you'll be coming back to an ash pile, got it? See, the fact that her voice actor has an American accent, it feels so unnatural saying all this very English slang. Anevia, I may just call an audible on your voice and fiat it into something else. Do you know when this attack might happen? Your guess is as good as mine. It might not be here. They could attack the whole damn city. Those vermin know they've lost the upper hand and that we're going to push back hard. Things kick off here, you should know. After they attack, some things could be changed beyond recognition. So if you've got any business that needs taken care of, you better do it soon. So you're saying there's a time limit? Great. Later. Watch yourself out there. I might.
Head on!
Stop just shouting in the middle of the pub. Hi, Camellia. How you doing? Camellia looks you over pensively, toying with the snake-shaped bone amulet that dangles from her pale neck that is totally not suspicious, and we have already identified as something that lets you hide your true alignment. Noticing your glance, she flashes you a cold, barely there smile. Greetings. It seems for a moment that she wants to say something else, but the pause grows too long. She slips back into cautious silence. Big mood. Sure. Companion conversation time. Tell me about yourself. I want you to know more about me than you already do. Why? Melly arches a dainty brow. I talk to the spirits of this tormented land, and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear that you can rely on me in this matter. That's sufficient. Just trying to be friendly. Where did you learn to sword? I had good teachers. Although they don't get all the credit, I am a most diligent student. Camellia licks her parched lips. So about that amulet, where'd you get it? Ah, my little trinket. It's so nice of you to notice, but I assure you this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? I literally already identified it just casually. I'm good with stuff. You're much more relaxed during combat. Your battle cries are a lot. She blushes slightly and lowers her eyes. So you've noticed. To be honest, I find it embarrassing. You see, being a shaman means having spirits of battle as my ever-present companions. In the heat of combat, they become rather vocal. Anyway, as much as I enjoy our delightful conversations, these spirits are calling me, and I must respond. Please excuse me. You mean spirits as in drinks in this case, don't you? This is just go away. I need to drink more. Only in combat, ladies. Camellia turns away, watching out the corner of her eye. But I had more questions there. You sound like Noble. Camellia laughs her practiced musical laugh as she watches you from under lowered lashes. You're most insightful. Fine quality to have. Camellia's laughter ends and unspoken words hang in the silence. I believe that being of noble birth does not give anyone the right to look down on others. Fair. Forgive me if my questions disturb you. I couldn't resist such a noble and beautiful lady. I will stop bothering you immediately if talking to me upsets you. Why do we have the simp option? Nothing wrong with being a noble. People are not born equal. And, well, nobody's perfect. They're giving me the right to be stridently egalitarian. That's so. Well, thank you for sharing your opinion with me. Why do we have the simp option? It's a TTRPG. Okay, fair. Anyway, this was awkward. Bye. Dawn turn. The dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel. Harsh. One whose high, crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows make it clear that all inside is dead. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's you. Good work back there in the Great Garrison. Name's Staunton Vane. If you've heard rumours about me... His face, which looks like it's never known anything as carefree as a smile, grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. GM knows that the simp option is always dancing around in players' heads. Yeah. I've met us. So I was told to ask you about the storyteller? Storyteller? Staunton strokes his beard in thought. Strange old fella, that one. He used to sit with me for hours, asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort, he just listened. First I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible, but later I realised that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he's alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble too, so if he's alone in the city, well, probably know what that means. There's one thing playing Vampire has taught me, it's never discount the storyteller. I do know one place he might be. Look for him in the Black Wing. The library. Here, I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use a library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He'd sit there day and night. I mean, do you know if the library has a Braille section? Magic Braille? Also, magic? So, about these rumours about you. They say I'm a traitor, bad as a real Vorlesh. That I'm a disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned. That Queen Galfrey should never have spared me. That I belonged on the gallows. Who's a real Vorlesh? Few names aroused as much rage among Crusaders as that of Aurilu Vorlesh, the Sarkorian witch who initiated the opening of the World Wound and later its expansion. Almost nothing is known about her life before the atrocity, except that Vorlesh was condemned for using arcane magic, which was persecuted in Sarkoris, and imprisoned in the Tower of Threshold in the city of Iz. This is where Aurilu Vorlesh conducted the ritual that paved the way for the demonic invasion, and left her land to be tormented by the demon lord Descari. By some mysterious means, the witch transformed herself, changing from an ordinary human into a half-demon. Over the following century, Crusaders encountered Aurilu Vorlesh or the results of her experiments a few times, but they learned nothing more of Descari's henchwoman. She holds a high position in the ranks of the Army of the Abyss and bears the title of Architect of the World Wound. Hell of a title. We are totally going to meet her, aren't we? And the Condemned, a military unit made up of petty criminals, conscriptors, disposable soldiers, and frontline fodder. Wow. Why does everyone hate you? You really don't know. Staunton gives you a long, morose look, then sighs. I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in fortresses on the edge of the World Wound, instead of bringing the fight to the demons. We used to have a foothold in the Wound, the mighty, unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it, until it fell. All because of my stupidity, I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so, but the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I'd done. That's how I live. Decade after decade fighting in the Condemned. Dwarf shrugs. As you can see, I've fixed nothing and I've earned no one's forgiveness. You're gonna spit in my face too. Wouldn't surprise me. Jesus, just going full on Lucky Alf. You can just be like, yeah, spit. We have all 4 alignment directions. And we have the chance to be chaotic and existentialist. You were given the chance to live. So live. Stop blaming others for what you've done with it. Do you think you're the first to come to me with sermons? The dwarf shrugs indifferently. So how did you cause the entire city to fall? That seems impressive. What do you mean how? The knight glares at you from beneath his furrowed brows. If you don't trust the word of a Condemned, go ask somebody else, like my little brother Joran. And if you still don't believe it, listen to me. If you're about to ask me to recount the story of my disgrace for the 1000th time, don't. Just thought, with that portrait pose and everything, this is just your standard Dark Souls crestfallen soldier, isn't it? Do you really not have any friends? Would you like to? I couldn't have survived this long if I were completely alone. Joran, my little brother, he keeps me going. He's never abandoned me. Everyone else shies away from me like they might catch what I've got. Even fighters in the Condemned console themselves by thinking I got stripped of my rank. But at least I'm not Staunton. Just because you're Condemned doesn't mean you need to be bitter. Exactly. It takes so much energy to be bitter when you can just not. She says like a hypocrite. Commander Tirabade seems to be the only person in the whole army who remembers that I'm a soldier, not a drudge. She has no qualms about taking me into battle. She has some mud flung at her in the past, or so I hear. That's why she tries to keep an open mind about people. It's no surprise that she's the only one to hold on to her sense of reason in this farce. Yeah, how have you not actually done the penance yet? You've been here long enough. It's not up to me to decide. My life's in the Queen's hands. He falls silent for a moment, and then in a trembling voice he adds, Condemned isn't the worst part. All these years I've prayed to Torag for forgiveness. Countless times I've gone to his priests. Countless times I've kneeled before his altar. Only the Father of Dwarvenkind would answer my prayers just once. Not to restore what I've lost, but just to tell me that I'm still one of his children. It seems he doesn't give a damn about me. What can I expect from immortals when my own god doesn't think I deserve redemption? I mean, you're pinning a lot on gods talking to you. Anyway, bye. Go on then. Maybe we'll see each other again. Who knows? Probably. But for now, I will not do that voice. A queen meting out accountability is no basis for a system of justice. Valid. Oh, it's a child. I was wondering why the silhouette was so small. Who are these people? Kiado and Vasily Rathamus. You have names. I should talk to you. I should... Ironically, for a Pathfinder game, I believe that help is already on the way. The Queen will not leave us to die. Okay, but what about your friend? A stout old man with a fuzzy grey beard who doesn't have a portrait mumbles a prayer. He looks as tired as everyone else in the tavern, but determination is stamped upon his haggard face. What can I do for you? Who are you? Vitaly Rathimus, rector of the local Temple of Abadar. The temple is gone, though, and if we snooze here for much longer, the city will be lost as well. Who's the boy that's having a time? This one, Kiado, the shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy and his faith is strong. He serves Zera still, though, but there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets a little older. What function do you perform in this game? First, I sell scrolls. I have a lot of them, something for every emergency. Second, while you're here in the tavern, I can read one for you. Guaranteed, no surprises. But you better not go into the city without a cleric. I won't be going there myself, I'm too old, and my powers are needed here. Okay, but what scrolls? Also, can I sell you all my trash? Because I have so much of it. An entire percussion section. I should probably be taking a bunch of these, but I'm not sure which. I should probably have at least a couple of moderate cures. And we've got our own cash already. We don't have 12,000 cash. There's so many options, all these ingredients. Oh god. Summon monster 5. 1d3 dire boars. I mean, I've got to buy that. And then forget to ever use it. 30 to 50 feral hogs. Scroll of. I'll have a potion for me, and I'll replace bull strength with 30 to 50 feral boars. Who else has a name? Anevia! Anevia in her muted colours blends almost perfectly into the background, but I have highlight interactables. She appears relaxed, but her seemingly unfocused eyes are taking in everything around her, tracking and filtering potential threats. The only tell is the way she drums her fingers on her hip near her weapon sheath. She shows no sign of her injuries and confidently leans on her previously broken leg. She pretends to have just noticed you, even though she watched you approach from afar. Oh! Hey, see how they patched me up? Now I can run, jump, or dance a jig if I feel like it. Any places I should know about? There were a couple of spots I wanted to check out, but I didn't have time. There really is a den of cultists there. It'd be good if you could swoop in there and bust some heads. You don't even need a search warrant. Anevia shoots you a crooked smile. The apocalypse is here. Due process? No. First one is the Silken Thread. It's a funny little tailor shop that doesn't take any orders and never buys any fabric, but they always seem oh so busy. They're busy with something in there, alright, but sewing it ain't. So you want me to take out a money laundering operation? Second one is the alchemy shop, Topaz Solutions, and they trade in everything, not just healing potions. Judging by the ingredients they've been buying on the black market, there's something fishy about the alchemical rituals going down in that place. There's something fishy about all alchemical rituals. That's how alchemy works. But hey, tell me more about you. She shrugs with a lazy smile. I'd be happy to, but there's kind of nothing to tell. What's so interesting about me? Where are you from? Nowhere. I was blown in by the wind and found in a cabbage patch. She stopped short. Sorry, that's an old habit of mine. I don't like blabbing about my past, but you saved my skin, so I guess I kind of owe it to you not to clown around, right? I'm not sure you owe me anything. I'm from Nidal, and I wouldn't wish my homeland on my worst enemy. You've heard of the place, I'm sure. Ruled by monsters that aren't alive nor dead, and the official religion is the cult of Zonkathon. I grew up in a slum like a weed between the cobblestones. I didn't have a dad, but I had lots of aunts and uncles, my mum's cronies. No prize for guessing the kinds of business she was involved in. They gave me a set of lockpicks as soon as I could hold a spoon, and while other kids were picking their noses, I was picking pockets. Other kids drove cars, I drove piles. Your operation to turn iron into gold has 0 fish. I'll believe it when I see it. When I was 12, the monks of the Silent Shroud came for us. Creepy guys with their mouths sewn shut, they're the guards in Nizroch. Mum gave me to her friends, and we hid in a secret temple of Desna. I never saw my mum again. I lay low in the temple for the next few years, kept my head down. I washed floors, fetched water, listened to sermons. Funny thing, after a while I started liking Desna's teachings. But as soon as I was old enough, I was out of there. I left Nidal and got as far away as I could. Quite a ragtag group we've got here, nobles to street thieves. You got that right. Only the best for you. What do you do if the knights and nobles fail to save the world? The lowlifes are our only hope. Season 5 of In Between, coming soon. So how did you meet Lord Greenwoman? I was bumming around time a while back doing this and that. Desna temples sometimes gave me odd jobs. You know, sometimes they needed people with skills like mine. On the surface, it was fine, I guess. After Nidal, the freedom of the River Kingdom should have seemed like heaven. My chance to sit back and enjoy life. But I wasn't happy. There just wasn't any joy in my new life. I was all alone. No one cared about me, and I didn't care about anybody either. I struggled to find a reason to drag myself out of bed every morning. Tying a stone around my neck and jumping into the nearest river started to look pretty appealing. Jesus Christ, that got dark quickly, Anevia. One day I was hired to follow some fellows who the local authorities suspected were Rasmiran spies. I was stupid. I made a rookie mistake and they caught me. It's like my body had already decided to do what my mind had been fighting to finally put me out of my misery. Get someone else to kill me since I didn't have the guts to do it myself. How has this conversation already gone into the realm of suicide by cop? Jesus Christ. They grabbed me, thought they'd gut me on the spot, but instead they hogtied me and dragged me off. And just like an animal going to the slaughter, my only thought was, let's get this over with. Anevia, we just met, right? They brought me to their stinking cave, threw me on their altar, and I realized who it was. Pathites from Nidal. They tracked me down after all these years. But I didn't care anymore. Wouldn't even have cared if they'd eaten me or whatever. Well, gotta go sometime, right? So I was lying there, staring at those knives pointed at me when fate rolled the dice and I hit the jackpot. Erebeth. There she was, storming into the cave. All I wanted was to buy you a beer, but I'll donate so much gold to get you help. Yeah, woman's got some issues. Picture it, I'm lying on an altar, I'd rather not picture it, with all these knife-wielding maniacs around me, and suddenly Erebeth storms in. I thought it was Iomedae herself, fierce in her shining armor with its gleaming sword raised. She made quick work of those scumbags, chopped them up just like that. Didn't even have time to blink. She untied me, and then Nevia's face lights up as she chuckles. She looked through the papers they had on the table, and she started swearing like a sailor. So much for Iomedae. And then how'd you get here? I mean, I am asking her all these questions, so it's partly my fault, but also Jesus. This is how you introduce yourself to every stranger. You have an inkling why she doesn't have friends. Yeah. After almost becoming a human sacrifice, I knew I never wanted to leave Erebeth's side. Desna knows I fell for her instantly, and I fell hard. My misery was gone. When Erebeth showed me what was in those papers, proof that the cultists had a nest in her home city, well, I offered to help without a second thought. Anevia smiles warmly. She must have figured I couldn't wait to get my revenge on the cultists, but I didn't give a damn about them. It was her. I'd go anywhere with her. Even on a crusade or into the jaws of a dragon. But I took to life in Canabras like a duck to water. I used to be an outcast wherever I went, but half the Crusaders are the same. After all, who volunteer to tangle with demons on the edge of the abyss? You gotta be either a goody two-shoes with too much honor and free time, or a misfit with no life out in the normal world with normal people. People come here to run away from their debts, their past, from themselves. So I fit right in. What's it like living with Erebeth? Where's this question going, Bigitha? It's like living. Without her, I wouldn't be. Seriously, if I were alone, I'd definitely be gone by now. Jesus Christ. Letting your sexuality guide you into dangerous adventures is highly relatable. Well, that's the important takeaway here. Sure, sometimes we argue, can't deny that. Sometimes we bang our fists on the table and yell so loud that the walls shake. But that's all about order business. But at home, well, I'll give you an example. Kinda always wanted to move out of that broom closet we call a home and into somewhere cozier. And like they take a vow of poverty at the Eagle Watch, but every month, somehow most of our spare money is spent on Crusader business. Sure, I get mad about it, but Nevi makes a helpless gesture. It's part of why I love her so much. Yeah, seriously, therapy required. You know, Erebeth has that thing that matters most for people, a purpose in life. She's always got a reason for whatever she's doing. Her whole life is a crusade. And I just drifted around like a leaf in the wind until Desna brought us together. Now she is the meaning of my life. So it really makes no difference if we live in a mansion or under a bush. Yeah, that doesn't sound wildly healthy. I'm a go now. Thanks for asking. Telling you all this kind of made me feel better. Oh, but I can ask you about the Eagle Watch as well. Anevia smiled evasively. Nothing official. I'm not even a knight, you know. I just hang around. Sure you want to know the details? I literally didn't have an option to say no. Catching traitors and spies and cultists is no walk in the park. It's a delicate job. Can't always do it all within the letter of the law. What if we surprise some suspicious blighter with an official search? Everyone will know about it before long, starting with their cronies. And again, sneaking into people's houses at night ain't exactly legal. Crusaders can't be doing stuff like that, can they? Well, I'm not exactly a knight. Cool. So you are extra legal vigilante? I'm gonna go. Alright, watch yourself now. I'm going to have to. Hylor. A tall, athletic man greets you. His hair is prematurely grey and drawn close to his head in a military style. He's lean and well-groomed, and a monocle twinkles coldly in his eye. The bold set of his jaw and his large but agile frame attest that here is a man who is always ready to be on the move. Greetings. I'm Hylor, Venture Captain of the Pathfinder Society. I'm the superior officer among Pathfinders in this region of Mendev. However, the Society is running almost no operations here right now. Besides me, there are almost no Pathfinders here. Actually, I'm only stuck here because of an old feud with a demon worshipper known as the Spinner of Nightmares. I've had to work alone without the support of the Society, but I've made a lot of acquaintances among the local mercenaries and daring fighters. If you needed any good fighters for an honest cause, talk to me. Pathfinders are just your kind of adventurers guild, yeah? Yeah. It's where the name of the game comes from. Are we going to do all these questions? My companions and I need good training? What does this option do? I'll get a great mentor from Absalom. For the first few times... That's not his voice. I'll get a great mentor from Absalom. For the first few times, he'll train your fighters free of charge. What? Oh, is this how to respec? No. I do not wish it. Go away. You're giving me too many options. Social norm in this world of jumping backstory immediately upon meeting needs to be reconsidered. Valid, but also I'm going to keep reading it. Hi, Seela. Seela smiles at you warmly. Hey there! During that march through the dungeon, we never got the chance to exchange a proper greeting. It's high time I shake your hand. Backstory, I guess. Of course. Ask anything, I'll answer honestly. So where are you from? I'm a little bit from Geb, a little bit from Katapesh, but mostly from the Knights of Iomade. I was accepted and began my training at 14. I belong to their ranks more than I belong to any other place. Come to Mendev by a long road. I mean, speaking as a traveler myself. A very long one. Seela looks at you cheerfully. A traveler is expected to have amusing stories. Unfortunately, I only have 3 tales of any interest, and I'd like to save them for our next feast. Otherwise, I won't have anything to show for myself when it's time to start bragging. And that just won't do. Especially since I'll win the night with my cautionary tale of a battle with chupacabras. What's your name? Where are you from? Can you give me a detailed summary of your traumas? Yeah. Chupacabras. Fascinating. I know things. I'm an annoying quizzer. Can't they drink their victim's blood during combat and gain strength from it? I mean, vampires can do that too. Oh yes. Seela's face grows serious. And they do it very quickly. They bite one victim, suck out the blood, and then strike the next victim quick as lightning. Now you tricked me and I've started telling the tale. I may as well do it properly. Oh god. Picture a small town in Kadira. Is this going to end up in a recipe for brownies? And down in the dungeon, there's 2 murderers waiting to be executed. The gallows are already built for them. The rope's been bought, but sometimes life takes a surprising turn. Suddenly, a paladin of Iomedae appears in the doorway and offers the murderers a deal. If they go with her to fight some monsters, they'll live. If they survive, that is. There's a big difference between imminent death and probable death with a glimmer of hope, wouldn't you say? So here we are, travelling through the desert, me and my friend, Priestess of Sarenrae, that'll be Kyra, as I said, along with the little ratfolk fellow who had asked for our help, and the 2 cutthroats. We get to the ratfolk village and see their bodies lying around all drained dry. We figured we'd have to fight vampires. That's how the little ratfolk described the monsters who attacked their village. That's why we went in all brazen-like. The sun was high and the vampires couldn't attack until dusk. But we never got a chance to look around. Black shadows, twixt the wind, attacked us from all sides, not vampires, but chupacabras. Well, and unfortunately we brought so many goats. One of the lads we pulled from the gallows got killed right away. The second one ran for his life. That left me, the ratfolk, and Kyra, told you so, that was the name of the priestess, and we all steeled ourselves for the fight of our lives. And just when we thought the end had come, with the chupacabras surrounding me like a pack of dogs around a bear, our ratfolk friend wounded and down in the teeth of the quickest of the blast of monsters clenched on Kyra's shoulder. Right then, when all hope was lost, the other lad from the gallows suddenly comes running back. He kills the beast attacking Kyra. I'm sure you know what a turning point in a fight looks like, and well, this was it. A moment before, we were lost, and a moment later, we had it back under control. The chupacabras dropped dead, one by one. The little ratfolk was reunited with his family, who were hiding in the basement. The priestess and I closed the eyes of that boy from the gallows who saved us. It was a shame he didn't survive the fight. May the gods keep his soul in its journey through the afterlife. I expected a more cheerful story, and now I'm sad. That's a very funny option. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. I like to remember that one. For me, it's a story about hope. Had it not been for that mercy, Milos, that was his name, would be hanging from a noose, and me, Kyra, and all the ratfolk would be dead in the village. Someone told me that a kind deed done by an unkind person is 100 times more precious. By the same token, an evil done by a noble soul is 100 times more horrifying. That's what I really wanted to say. Chupacabras were just a good starting point. Well, that was a story. Paladin wife? Seela's gaze sharpens momentarily. Then she sighs. That's a serious question and a good one. You should ask it of your companions, but it's a long story. To start with, 12 years ago, I was nothing like the person I am now. I roamed the streets of Solku with the other homeless orphans. I stole, I fought, I was a hired sword for a bit. Not the proper origin for a paladin, is it? Back then, Solku was a city of orphans, widows, and widowers. Gnolls decimated the city regularly. My parents were among their victims. People there heard about new deaths before they finished mourning their previous losses. One day, a group of Knights of Iomedae brought a glimmer of hope to the city. While others saw them as saviors and protectors, I was busy pricing up the noble horses and their gleaming mithril armor, wondering just how much one of their pretty swords would fetch. Jean Valjean Paladin, yeah. A thief lives one day at a time, that's what they say. I was the type that never thought past the next job. Anyhow, I was able to sneak into the knight's camp and steal one of their mithril helmets. Seela pauses, her voice sad and measured. And I was right there when a Gnoll attacked the helm's owner. Asemi was her name, and dealt a blow to her unprotected head. A Gnoll, like all those others, should fearlessly driven from the gates of Solku. That one blow was fatal. Who was really to blame for her death, the Gnoll attacker or the young thief named Seela? I mean... Life is cruel and full of chaos. So that's how you see it. Seela looks at you with curiosity, but no hostility. I can't accept that point of view. The story of my youth taught me anything is that we're all accountable for our actions. It's too easy to wave off responsibility if you use the cruelty of life as an excuse, is it? Chat having a moment upon realizing that Jean Valjean literally is a paladin. Yeah. Bought your soul for God. Need to bring this cursed backstory into a game now and not tell anyone what it is. Well, hopefully they're not watching this. But you were asking what brought me into the ranks of Iomede's warriors. We all chose the paladin's path for our own reasons. Some are guided by nobility of spirit, some by a desire to fight injustice. I became who I am through penance and a debt unpaid. The day Asemi died protecting my city, I wanted to kill myself for the terrible guilt I felt. Jesus Christ alive! Can everybody stop talking about their past suicidal episodes? But then I realized it wouldn't make the world any better. And I decided that instead I'd try to take her place. I'd become who she had been, and protect the innocence that she'd no longer be able to protect. No, this is... Oh god, this is another story. What story is this? Kill a hero, take their name. Do good in that... Oh, this is really reminding me of something. But yes, therapy for everyone. Immediately. So, what's the deal with Paladins of Iomedae? Seela smiles. I'll tell you, I like to recite our code. It feels like I've said it 1,000 times, but it never gets old. It's strength in these words. After a pause, she begins, her voice slow and meditative. I will learn the weight of my sword. Without my heart to guide it, it is worthless. My strength is not in my sword, but in my heart. If I lose my sword, I have lost a tool. If I betray my heart, I have died. And he who shoots with his gun has forgotten the face of his father. Oh no, she's just gonna keep talking. I will have faith in the inheritor. Oh god, I didn't realize there'd be quite this much catechism. I will have faith in the inheritor. I will channel her strength through my body. I will shine in her legion, and I will not tarnish her glory through base actions. I am the first into battle and the last to leave it. I will not be taken prisoner by my free will. I will not surrender those under my command. I will never abandon a companion, though I will honor sacrifice freely given. I will guard the honor of my fellows, both thought and deed, and I will have faith in them. When in doubt, I may force my enemies to surrender, but I am responsible for their lives. I will never refuse a challenge from an equal. I will give honor to worthy enemies, and contempt to the rest. I will suffer death before dishonor. I will be temperate in my actions and moderate in my behavior. I will strive to emulate Iomede's perfection. Okay, cool, bye. I hope I didn't bore you. Ask something else if you like. Oh god, there's so much. Yeah, actual conversation. Irabeth said your friend was missing. Irabeth is worried about fighters. I understand that. I wanted to look for Jenna myself, so I didn't distract you, but since you're in this too, I could use some help. Jenna and I met in Canabras a few days ago and just hit it off. We went drinking together, we went to that unforgettable celebration together too, but we got separated in the crowd, so we should start looking from the main square. That's where I last saw her. Seela frowns. Janna's a good fighter, even if she is green. She couldn't have become an Eldari otherwise. Yeah, that means she's alright. Yeah, I was really not getting the impression that they'd only known each other for days. Opinion on the demons? It's complete chaos. It's lucky we're here to handle it, right? Seela smiles brightly, and she gives you a worried look. Does the way I talk bother you? I know I can seem blasé. Many good people and our protector Terendel have died here in Canabras. A paladin of Iomedae is expected to be properly respectful and solemn. But I prefer to face my troubles with a smile and a bit of common sense. Grief is a weapon that will use against you. You can undermine a warrior's spirit. It can undermine a warrior's spirit. Better we hold off on grief until we've driven the last demon and cultist from the city. So we can be like, yeah, Joy here was the soul. Too soon. Maybe read the room or whatever. I don't know, we've had some chaotic things. Let's lawful it up, I guess. There's wisdom in mourning. Shouldn't reject it. And inappropriate merriment could offend people, because people have feelings about grief, and lots of people have died. Celos sighs. You may be right. I should keep myself in check more. Better discipline, more self-control. Qualities suited to a paladin. Okay, but are you just about the demons? How about covering myself in glory and becoming the hero of 100 ballads? Or at least a dozen, if they're lively ones. Celo's eyes shine cheerfully. Anyway, to be more serious, the area around the World Wound is the best place for a paladin who wishes to defend the weak and serve good. Being part of the crusade is reward enough for me. But there's something that worries me. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing my brothers in arms, but the Eagle Watch and the other orders are focused on just one aim, the war against the World Wound. That's why they can sometimes overlook the smaller things. Ordinary misfortunes, you know. I always liked being a wandering knight because any moment I could get up and go help a poor rat folk whose family had been kidnapped, or an old woman whose favourite dog had gone missing. So, here's my answer. I don't have some big, important goal, but I'll be happy to help those who need it. A little bit, here and there. Alright, bye. See ya. Clyde? Where are you? There you go. Erebeth, I know we just talked. Did we need to talk more? Erebeth rubs her red and tired eyes. Any success? How was the city? Can I pry into your personal life? Please, but I must warn you there are some things I don't have the right to discuss. The game keeps giving me the buttons, I'm so sorry. This entire hour of the stream is just going to be these conversations. Where are you from? I was born in Canabras. I grew up on a farm just outside it, but my way back home lay at the end of a long and winding road. It took me years of travelling through foreign lands before I came to be where I've always belonged. Well, that was nice and concise, thank you. How did you become a paladin? A bitter smile appears on the half-orc's face. I don't much like to remember it. Okay, bye. Believe it or not, the story of how I became a paladin is also the story of how I failed to become a knight. My parents were crusaders. May their souls stand together in Iomede's celestial army. When I was born, they retired from the war and started preparing me to continue their legacy. But my father was an orc. Really couldn't tell. You'd be pressed to find a calmer, wiser, or more pious servant of the goddess than he, but still all his life he was dogged by sideways looks and whispers. When I grew older and it was time for me to serve, I decided anywhere but Canabras. That was where my father had served loyally, and his only reward had been injustice. Besides, the witch hunters led by the Honourable Prelate Hulrun stalked the city with a heavy hand. Who knows what they'd have done to a strange girl with green skin. Instead, I went to... A smirk that looks more like a painful grimace crosses her face. You can laugh if you want, but I was young and foolish. I chose Last Wall of all places. You can imagine how well I was accepted in a country that's been battling the orcs of Belkzen since its foundation. There were many there like me, but we were all treated as second-class citizens. To the locals, my green skin was worse than leper scabs. Even my brothers in faith kept their distance. I took my vows, and the goddess granted me the powers of the paladin, but even then not a single order would accept me into their ranks. I spent another 6 months knocking on doors before I realized a simple truth. I serve Iomade, not these people. I don't have to prostrate myself before them. So I left. A paladin, but not a knight. There's no country in the world where gnomes are fully accepted, but that doesn't seem to bother most of you one little bit. Perhaps that's because your true homeland isn't in this world at all. I find it hard to imagine what life's like for your kind. You could ask? How did you become a knight? I left Last Wall, and when travelling, the goddess guided me, and my path led me to where atrocities were happening. I often fought in exchange for gold, but never for unworthy aims, of course. I wandered the River Kingdoms for a few years, killing monsters and tracking down criminals. Sometimes I thought I was just wasting time, that my true place was in Canabras, but I pushed these thoughts away. I didn't even want to think about going back. But in the end, divine providence brought me to my senses. It happened in Timon. I was tracking a gang of bandits which my employer suspected was a cover for Rasmiran spies. I managed to find their lair, but instead I found something far more dangerous than spies. My wife, and also an unholy temple to Zonkathon. When I broke in there, the cultists were about to sacrifice someone. The person who was destined to become my wife, Anivia. That's another story. I know, she already told me it. After I cut down the cultists, I examined their papers and couldn't believe my eyes. A network of evil cults had spread through all of Avestan, including Mendev. Worse, the documents clearly showed that their allies, the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth, had infested my native Knabris and were even among the ranks of paladins. After that, delaying my homecoming would be tantamount to desertion. Luckily, I was no longer alone, and Neville was as eager to destroy the cultists as I was. Nevia and I hurried to Knabris. We couldn't trust anyone. The papers indicated that the cultists had infiltrated everything. Luckily, I had some experience in investigation, and my beloved, the half-orc, smiles warmly. She knew her way around working locks, tailing people, and trading information with the city's bottom feeders. Soon we'd defeated, well, alas, not the whole Hydra, but a few of its heads. Do you know who turned out to be leader of the cultists? The commander of the Eagle Watch. You imagine? While Prelate Hulrun was chasing witches through the city, the enemy had infiltrated the very order responsible for internal security. The scandal reached the ears of the Queen. At first she planned to disband the order in disgrace, but then she offered its command to me, put its salvation in my hands. Of course, there was one small catch: I wasn't a knight. But I was made commander just the same, skipping the usual progression through the ranks. I can't not go for the you-know-a-thing options. I can't imagine the followers of Zonkathon in alliance with demon worshippers. Shouldn't they hate each other? They should, but Baphomet's minions are masters of deception. They manipulate Zonkathon's butchers as eagerly as Iomede's knights. The cultists from that unholy temple didn't know the true face of their associates in Knabris. We ourselves learned the truth much later, how to get to the bottom of their nest. Local racism? They tolerated it surprisingly well. Shouldn't have been so wary. Crusaders don't tend to be prejudiced as a rule. After all, heroes from all over the world, even from other continents, come here to fight the demons. Apparently the people were only suspicious of full-blooded orcs. See, that's still racism. It's good that these conversations are at least giving experience, and they're giving us all an experience. There were already many like me here, and we don't have any problems. Though the locals do have their superstitions. Mendev is as merciless as Last Wall, they just have a different set of victims. Kept seeing those same sideways looks and scowls, hearing the familiar whispers. But where once they used to whisper behind my back and point at me, now they whisper in my ear, to someone else. So strange to be on the other side of humiliation. To wipe the spit from your face and suddenly be invited to change position and spit at someone else. They weren't racist, they only discriminated against full-blooded man. No. You must have figured out by now that I'm talking about tieflings. I mean, I hadn't, but that could be anyone that you were talking about. It's true there are many of them among the cultists and few among our crusaders, and our fighters do all they can to drive away those who would be our allies. People shun them, call them a Relus spawn or worse, as if they chose to be born like that. I believe it's quite a feat to rise against the call of one's blood and join the forces of good. Still, most only see them as the enemy. I once saw a knight bleeding to death because he wouldn't let a tiefling priest touch his wound. Alas, I haven't been able to change this in all my time in Knabris. So tell me about your wife. Immediately. We met in Timon as I was wandering aimlessly from one ordeal to the other. We returned to Knabris together to expose the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. The day the Queen knighted me was the second happiest day of my life. The first was the day of our wedding. Pathfinder 1 race-based alignments. Yeah. But Nevia isn't just my beloved, she's my staunchest ally. We share every victory and defeat. The best of me is alive thanks to her. Thank you for saving her back then. The day Knabris fell, I literally didn't have a choice. Before I returned, the only thing giving me the strength to protect the Defender's heart was the hope that I'd see her again. We're in your debt. Thanks. I'm not going to ask about the Eagle Watch. Bye. I'm out. I am, as they say in the Pathfinder rulebook, outie 9,000 home slice. Anyway, you owe me 2,000 gold. Take this. Yes, it's 2,000 coins. Excellent, there we go. Take your payment and remember that August Worm always keeps his word. You helped me get back to the surface and I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation, August looks at you with unvarnished disapproval, his arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping impatiently. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. Someone like me, huh? Or an adventurer ready to sell their soul for booze and then lie down drunk in the gutter? Or do you think you're somehow different? Traveling knight, perhaps, noble of art, but without a coin to your name? August sizes you up critically then, sighs and shrugs. No, you seem a reliable enough ally to me, and you did get me out of those mongrel caves. So why should I care about what you do with my money once you've got it? Succeeded at perception. Well, August seems like one of those people who thinks the entire world owes them something. However, you hear notes of hysteria beneath his smug arrogance. It's as though he's really quite nervous, but taking great pains to conceal it. Noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly. I would ask that you refrain from such statements. Yeah. Oh, really? How impudent. No one dares tell August Worm how to address the rabble. Fine. Job? Question mark. You should be my bodyguard. Yeah, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Canabris. I still have... Well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden in the wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside, one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect that the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Abadar knows what's happened there since. Therefore, I would ask that you meet me at my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they've no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors, that's what they are. Also, please do take Camellia with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She is of noble birth after all, and totally not working for me. What kind of reward? 1,000 gold coins. What do we have? +7. DC 23, that's a lot. Let's go. Nope. Yeah, right. For that kind of money, I could hire Queen Galfrey herself to guard me. 1,000's my final offer. Fine. Marvellous. Most excellent. August's face relaxes, smoothing a few of the tense lines. I'll proceed to my mansion at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand. Do worry, unless you want me to lower your reward. But hey, we'll think about that and possibly even leave this pub in a few minutes because we need to take a short break. I'm going to go and get some more water and stretch my legs. All of you should do the self-care things too. Get up, move around, have a drink, have a snack, take your meds if you need to. This is a reminder. And yeah, let the ads run if you can. I'll see you again in a few minutes. Bye. And I'm back. Hello again. One day we may leave this pub. But first we have to talk to everybody with a name. Hello, barman. Camel Hawks. A strange figure towers over the bar. A huge, ungainly man with skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible even from a distance. His bald head is equal parts lumpy and pitted, and blood-filled eyes stare impassively out at you from beneath his pale brows. The glass in the albino's large, clumsy hands looks dangerously delicate, as if one twitch of those calloused fingers would be enough to crush it. We have a weirdly judgy narrator. A gold medallion engraved with a tankard gleams around his neck. What'll it be? Hey, I can drop facts. That medallion you're wearing, it's a sacred symbol, isn't it? You're Clarificating Kalian. I'm a tavern keeper, best in the city. Best there's ever been. And I pray to the best god there is. That's fair. Who are you? You just told me, but who are you? The albino slowly takes your measure with his red eyes, and finally with a gentle sigh says, Gimel Hawks. Vampire. Wait, vampire? Gamel gives you a long look of reproach and then grudgingly answers, No. I appreciate that. How'd you end up here? How did anyone end up here? How did you? Or them? With a huge hand, the tavern keeper gestures at the ragtag group assembled in the room. The world is big, but still there isn't a place for everyone. People who no longer have a life anywhere else, they end up here. Any news in the city? The albino looks around. There are demons everywhere. And you showed up. We are news. Anywhere worth visiting? If you mean places that normal people usually stay well away from, then there are plenty. Like the Pitaxian wine cellar. Gemel pauses for effect, like the name of the place alone should make you quiver in fear. Brain book? It's a city of crime. Okay. It once belonged to a Pitaxian trading house. Then King Iravetti came to power in Pitax and property started changing hands. Soon after, the seller's shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of them mind, just his head. Numerian gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine on the street, and they ended up on the gallows. Then King Iravetti's number was up. So now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that an headless ghost wanders the place at night, moaning ghoulishly. Ooh. Cool. After coming to the end of his story, unusually long by his standards, the tavern keeper takes a swig from his tankard. Just don't ask me how he makes any noise, no Ed. I wasn't there. I just tell it like I heard it. See, you're not one for talking. Gemel gives you a long, mournful look and says nothing. The correct answer. Anyway, shop. You sell potions. Excellent. So many options of potions. What does Eagle Splendor even do? There's a criticism bonus. That makes a lot of sense. Grenades. Gloves of the Neophyte. Ooh. Makes damage spells better. Bag of Holding. Everyone loves Bag of Holding. Five seconds later, we regret to inform you the bag is racist. What's the Dark Omen apart from a... I seem to remember quite good Warhammer game. Oh, it gives you a bunch of spontaneous spells of evilness. I'm going to buy these gloves. I can afford them, and somebody could use them. I mean, should I use them? Do I use many damage spells? No, but maybe I should. Or Camellia could take them. Nah. Now let's go with me. I can snowball people harder with these. Plus, I'm wearing gloves now. Let's continue to explore the pub, I guess. Does anybody here have a name? Wait, there's a personal chest over there. Has it got anything in it? Has it got a person in it? Summons a tiny pet dragon. I assume this is some DLC I forgot I owned or something. Sovereign Dragon's Great Wisdom provides a bonus on knowledge, lore, and lore. My favourite things. So, does it? So it takes up a belt slot, or should I have just used it for my inventory? What did I have in that first belt slot? I think it was just another scroll. No, I do have to equip it. Okay, so I'll lose that scroll of there. How do I use it now? Also, I still have this bark skin potion active. How do I use the thing? Will one of these put me into... Oh wait, it's because I had everybody selected. I know how this works. So, did I summon dragon? Did it work? Have I dragoned? I don't seem to have a buff. I don't understand how that works. Maybe it only works out in the field. I don't know. Unless it just gives me an ability or a spell that I have to use. Nope. Well, we may never know. Didn't know I had the dragon, and I still don't know I have the dragon. Ooh, theft. there's more people with names, oh god. Journor! A young man in well-worn travelling clothes and a simple wooden symbol of Erastil on his chest is efficiently cutting a linen robe into strips to use as bandages. Despite his visible exhaustion, he works with zeal, singing some tune about red braids and ripe sheaves of wheat under his breath. It probably gets very weirdly sexual. He raises his warm, chestnut-coloured eyes to you. You one of the Crusaders. Thank you for defending those of us whose talents lie off the battlefield. Journal, servant of Erastil. Pleased to meet you. So what are you doing? I only took my early orders recently, so my god has only bestowed a little bit of power upon me as yet. Sorry to say that the number of wounded fighters in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal. There's a reason people say have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I can at least cut up bandages. See, that's the great thing about actual medicine, is it doesn't rely on limited spell slots. Backstory! No, I was just passing through Canabris. I was sailing down that old man of ours, the Great Selin River, to a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the city on the eve of the festival, and I'm ashamed to say I decided to stay for a day to enjoy myself. Ashamed to say I decided to stay for a day. That's surprisingly hard to say. But I ended up staying in the city longer than I bargained for. Where's Chili Creek? That's not a real place. It's a small fishing village. It's not even marked on some mats. People do live there. What they don't have is a priest. They have no one to heal their wounds, no one to offer prayers for a good catch, no one to give their dead a dignified burial. And the world wounds a stone's throw away, so I was setting sail for Chili Creek to serve my god and my people. Once we've held Canabris, I'll be going there. By the grace of the good gods we will survive this. You should come and visit me sometime. Find the village here, on the bank of the river. Marks Chili Creek on your map. Nice. Aren't you young and inexperienced and afraid to go to the world wound? I won't lie, I am afraid, but what can I do? Those villagers are simple people. Every day of their short lives is spent doing hard, honest work. That's exactly the kind of life I want. Something simple, but meaningful. If I had centuries ahead of me like elves do, I might have spared some 50 years or so to travel around the world, the young man says with a smile. Maybe even 100, why not? I don't have time to spare, so I want to spend my short life in the place where I'm needed most. Even if it's dangerous. Especially if it's dangerous. Hey, do you want a cleric for me? Erastil knows I'd be glad to help you, but it's no use. My spells are depleted and I have no training in potions or scrolls. See the robe I'm cutting up from bandages? Second to last one. Bye. May Erastil watch over you. And if he is, then he should say in chat. Theft. Born Autumn Haze, a tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you, eyes closed. He's pale as a ghost, his arm wrapped in a blood-stained bandage. You spot other bandages on his body under his clothes, but even in such a miserable state, he manages to keep calm. Raising his lips to meet yours, he says faintly, "I am Born Autumn Haze, at your service." His pale lips are reddened by blood, but you see no signs of pain or fear in his grey eyes. Can I help? After giving you a cold, intense look, he shakes his head. Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. The local healer attended to me. Besides, I come from a resilient, hardened people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. But I am Bigitha Lordstottir. You can trust me. I might be able to help. After a brief pause, Fawn says, "It would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. Who's your quarry here? Did we mention a quarry? I was hunting a fugitive, a Garite by the name of Kalesa. It pains me to admit that there are heinous malefactors such as her among my noble kind. I managed to catch up to her in Canabris, and I wounded her. Then demons appeared and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in the battle that ensued and couldn't free her soul from its service to her dark masters." He expresses no anger or hatred as he speaks, only compassionate sorrow. Well, rip. His expression remains indifferent, but his voice is as cold as a mountain stream. Many underestimate the wisdom and experience that my people acquire over the centuries. I do hope that my opponent will misjudge me as you have. Cool, do you have a side quest for me? Fawn covers his eyes wearily. Thank you, but this is my mission, and I'm used to facing all manner of terrors on my own. I do appreciate your willingness to help. You have to meet Kaylessa, take caution. She's turned many innocent souls to the path of evil, and darkness has rewarded her with many gifts. Her appearance alone will tell you that. It's warped. The agate skin, the malicious stare of her blood-red eyes, the bestial teeth. She's more monster than elf at this point, twisted and evil. I don't know why my knowledge world check is asking what somebody looks like, but sure. Failed. Her skin is dark, her hair preternaturally white, her red eyes can see perfectly in the dark, which, to my dismay, I've come to know from experience. Bright light causes her kind pain. It is now chemical powder that explodes in a dazzling flash. She cried out as if I'd stabbed her. It's clear that this woman is a faithful servant of darkness. The marks that Kaylessa's masters have left on her appearance say as much. But should I not trust this because I failed the knowledge check? Anyway, bye. Good fortune to you. There's a basement? Oh god, there's so much. There's people. There's a prison. Surrender thy soul, Delvin. Haven't I protect us? Hi, I've got a dinosaur. Yeah, got you again. How many times is that today? Take your jokes and shove them, Tiefling. Oh, easy there, Chief. Don't hit me. Let's step in instead in the way of police brutality. But first, we will thieve. Theft, theft, theft. Theft, theft, theft. And there's an interactable here. We pulled a lever. I don't know what it did. Okay. Wait, where did the other guards go? Oh, they just were out of draw distance. Got it. Hello, guard with name. Go ahead. Don't take too long, though. What, to steal all this stuff? I don't want this stuff. I don't want any of this stuff.
Hey,
These some more
Chief.
interesting.
Ooh, hey,
And you have a
gorgeous.
name.
Come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
The young tiefling sits cross-legged on the floor. He looks relatively calm for someone in shackles, but his tail whips back and forth in agitation. Noticing your attention, the tiefling sits up and beckons you over.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out!
That's not a real name. Why is this man named Quidjabo?
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
So what was the big screaming shadow thing?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
Okay, but is your character sheet also going to say evil? Who are you anyway?
Woljif Jeffdo.
That's not a
I deal in
name.
Useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
My name is Wood. I'm sorry, I just had a minor stroke. Woljif Jeffdo. That's the noise you make when you're trying to find your keys and it's taken too long and you're half swearing at them but don't want to actually swear. Do you have a quest for me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
What can't you do? Get out of here.
What a load of guff! If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
Speaking of Dark Souls, why are you patches? Also, why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung
I
up on
feel
the
like
past,
probably
Chief.
yes.
Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He was caught thieving.
Oh, well, I do that all the time. How do I get you to be not in a cell?
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty-looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy, Woljif, locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. Got that? Will you do it?
I mean, given that we've already established that this city is institutionally racist towards tieflings, sure.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
Okay, bye. Ah, we don't even get to leave the tavern. We have quests within the tavern. Erebeth. I would like to have a word with you about the carceral justice system. Oh god, there's another person with a name here. Two people. One of them is called Pink Eye. What? Listen to this woman. Isn't it amazing how much nonsense can fit in such a small package? Oh god. An imposing young Oread is surrounded by a crowd of crusaders who are hanging onto her every word. I hope this example clearly illustrates the difference between Jistka legionnaires from the last war and the crusaders. The perfection of form and spirit they were imbued with during creation turns them into parts of a well-balanced war machine. Not a ragtag bunch of individuals, but a united whole. Now, tell me again why I'm supposed to be impressed by your reckless assaults where everyone's fighting for their ego and for the right to beat their peers to a swift, pointless, heroic sacrifice. Some of the Crusaders grumble unhappily, but it's clear that they're captivated by the woman's words. The only exception is a scraggly and dishevelled halfling monk whose puffy black eye gives him away as a brawler and a troublemaker. Not necessarily. He enthusiastically pushes forward and tries to engage, but one of his friends swiftly jabs him in the back with an elbow, making the poor fellow pause to catch his breath. I'm sorry, did somebody try to know things around me? It looks like we got ourselves a student of warfare here, boys. The woman gives you a suspicious look and raises an eyebrow. Were your words meant to recognize my achievement, or to start a fight the way Mendevian Crusaders usually do? One of the Crusaders angrily curls his fists tightly and retorts with a burst of passion. Those gists of yours, or whatever, had come for us would have their guts for garters. Think we never fought a mighty adversary before? The soldier's stern facade cannot fully conceal his relish. He clearly plans to enjoy this confrontation. The Crusaders around him look upon their exotic opponent with a mixture of irritation and piqued interest. The woman chuckles before cutting off her interlocutor. I would love to see you storm a 60-foot-tall walking castle shaped like a gigantic elephant that carries siege fortifications on its back. I mean, I'd just like to see that. And I'll have you know these fortifications were defended by Jistkan priest craftsmen armed with demon-bound war machines. They used enemies you cannot defeat as mindless weapons. The woman gives the people around her a triumphant look and adjusts her clothes with pointed nonchalance. Her voice takes on Electra's tone. You should not argue with someone who happens to be the most authoritative researcher on the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. The woman looks at you and flashes an amused smile. The lecture is over. Do my esteemed listeners have any questions? I love that I have the option to just start a fight. But no, I'm good. Bye. I don't care. Hi, Erebeth. So, there's a guy in prison in the basement. Erebeth shrugs scornfully. Woljif is a petty thief from a gang of thieflings operating in Canabris. That's what we call them in these parts. Can you not see how that is a slur? They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we only apprehended one of them, and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere to keep him, except apart from the Defender's Heart. That's hardly a prison. Woljif knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? Erebeth squints at you thoughtfully, then shrugs. If you want to recruit Woljif and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off our guard's hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tiefling proves useful should you decide to take him along. Cool. Go. May Armadale keep you safe. And back to the basement. To tell him the good news that I asked nicely and the authorities said, yeah, right. Every time Clyde goes off camera, I forget he's there, and then he comes back and it's just like, boom, Triceratops. This is amazing.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me?
I talked to Irabeth and decided to make you join the party. We'll see how it goes.
You must be a smooth talker.
No, I just said,
come on,
please.
Delvin, get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
Literally, when we've had a conversation about how this city is institutionally racist against tieflings, I'm less likely to believe you.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that Big Sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following?
Yeah, but why did you say it in that kind of tone like it was an innuendo?
Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest.
If I stand behind
Somehow.
you, nobody will be
Let's
able
go.
to see
I'll show
me.
you the way.
I thought that said Sailor Moon. Well, goodbye. Hey, I got a level off that. And identified some braces of armor +2. What? Where? Did I pick up new braces? Or are they the ones I'm wearing? Oh, it's Woljif's gear. 2 knives, bunch of scrolls. Have a healing potion as well. Don't say I never do anything for you. Chaotic neutral. What class even is he? Oh, Eldritch Scoundrel. Okay. Neat. That's a prestige class. Wait, no, it's not a prestige class. It's literally just a rogue subclass, isn't it? Brain, come on. I think I'm thinking of Arcane Trickster. Anyway, speaking of classes, we've got levels. Another level in Primal Druid gives me nothing particularly exciting, but I need to keep leveling it if I want to be able to wild shape. Oh, and I will get a level 2 spell. Sounds great. Allocate skills points. Points of skills. I mean, it's got to keep going in our trivia nerd build. There, I can get all of those up to 3. In fact, no, I'll drop one from Arcana to take one in Religion. Gotta know things. And I can take a feat. They reckon spell focus or weapon focus. Make me better at using my scimitars. Why did it recommend against me getting Boon Companion to make my companion better? Fine, I guess. Yeah, let's weapon focus our scimitars. And we've got a bunch of new spells. We can give people a rash. We can shape change ourselves a bit. Summon elementals. Natural rhythm? Ah, so it's a buff to Clyde, where he gets better at hitting people multiple times in a row. Stone Call, area damage. Can cast Bark Skin now. Aspect of the Burr. Gets me some armor bonus and combat maneuvers. Bone Fists. Bone Fists. Malicious Poison, which weirdly does not actually poison people, it just lowers your poison resistance. What, indeed. I should just work out what spells I want to have memorized. So I've still got, what's that, Cure, Acid Teeth, and Snowball on there. Do I want Stone Fist? No, because I don't use unarmed strikes. Oh, so we can see what our aspects could be. Gorilla for better combat maneuvers, Monker for athletics and throwing things, Raccoon, bonuses for trickery and stealth, or Raptor. Deinonychus legs. That probably isn't massively useful, but on the other hand, you've given me the opportunity to have a Deinonychus legs. And summon Frog. Am I going to just take the stupidest spells every time? Quite possibly. Clyde, you get another level in Wreck. I would like you to be better at... I guess athletics and mobility. It's what we get. It's what we keep you around for. A feat. So yeah, I've already got power attack. There was something I was building towards, wasn't there? Was there something I was building towards? See, this is the other problem, is brain full of holes. I'm sure I was building towards something, but I don't know what it was. Yeah. No, can't remember. Okay. I mean, you could just weapon focus his natural weapons. Or I could let him wear barding. Triceratops barding sounds amazing, if I find any. Yes. Barding. Triceratops barding. Also, now he can be evasive. Yay. We've prepared the spell Treat Affliction. No, I haven't. That's not true, game. That is just straight not true. None of these spells are Treat Affliction. I don't even know that, I don't think. It requires a first aid kit, which you don't possess. Yes, I do. I have several. Game, you're gaslighting me. Level everybody else. Lan. Ooh, now he gets key abilities. Yeah, it's auto-leveling everything, and I'm broadly okay with this. So, what? Key strike allows unarmed strike to be treated as damage, as magic weapons. Gets to be speedier. Point blank master. Don't provoke attacks of opportunity by firing them. Neat. And can use wisdom instead of dex on attack rolls with the bow. Neat. Deadly aim, which is just power attack but with bows. Oh, I actually get to choose what I want. Oh no, sorry, I always get point blank master, it's just choosing what bow to use it with, yeah. No, that's fine. His wisdom modifier is literally the same as his dexterity modifier. Oh well. The thought was nice. Leveling everybody. You get another level in Spirit Hunter. Put all your points into trickery in a completely normal and non-weird way. And dodge, because you weren't dodgy enough. What do these icons even mean? Oh wait, the saving throws. The icons are right there, Emma. She knows many new spells. False life is just temporary hit points in a weird, dramatic way. Mortal terror. Does she auto prepare spells? Please say yes. Sure doesn't. She's got one spot for spirit magic. That has to be that. I feel like bark skin would be helpful. What does that do again? Attack rolls and saves against fear. Or nah, just zap. Just zap. And Seela gets another level of Paladin. We'll learn how to Aura of Courage, immune to fear. And as long as she's up, everybody else gets better against fear. Neat. Divine Health, immune to disease. That seems very powerful for just level 3, but sure. And Mercy. At 3rd level, and every 3 levels thereafter, you get a Mercy. Adds an effect to Lay on Hands. Okay. Points in mobility, knowledge, and persuasion, sure. Heavy armor focus, sure. Her Lay on Hands stops people being sickened. Neat. Mercy. Cool. Good leveling, everybody. Let's actually leave the pub. Yeah, leaving the pub. It only took us nearly 2 hours. Hi, you're big. You're very big. Commander, look what we got here. You two mad? What possessed you to steal the gem golem from the Tower of Estrod Museum? Explain yourselves. We didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw some looters dragging it down the city and recaptured it. Now the statue's ours by rights. That shiny fella belongs to the treasury. The inlay alone is worth more than there were other things. Joran, see to it that no one lays so much as a finger on the golem or plucks out a single gem, and the same goes to you. Guard the shiny fella. Can I have the giant shiny fella? He's very big. That's kind of my whole thing. Prestidigitator. The magnificent and glittering golem, encrusted with gems and covered in intricate flowery embossing, triumphantly exclaims, "Happy to be of service. May Shalyn brighten and vivify your day." What's your deal? I am a prestidigitator golem. Many millennia ago, I was built by Aslanti clerics of Shalyn, the goddess of beauty, to make the world a better place. In my joyful service, I have visited many lands, and for the past few centuries, I have resided at the Temple of the Sunrise Chrysanthemums in Tianxia. But then the good clerics saw fit to offer me as a gift to the Mendevian Crusaders, so that you could share in the beauty I can create. Okay, but how can you help me? My creators granted me the ability to place illusions on various items. I can change their color and texture to make them more beautiful and appealing to the eye. Would you like me to cast an illusion over your armor to make it green? Green is a very pleasant color, and it would match your eyes. So you're just here for glamours. Okay, but what can you do to help the war? I was not designed for any type of combat, yet I can bring beauty and harmony to any type of combat. Well, that's vague. How'd you get here? I was in the Tower of Estrad Museum, but then some not beautiful people came and started smashing everything. I asked them to show restraint, and that's when they decided to steal me. I mean, you called them not beautiful people. That's kind of harsh. After all, I am beautiful and very valuable. They dragged me down the street, but I didn't want to go with them, so I kept stopping. The least beautiful of my kidnappers, weirdly judgy, threw me over his shoulder and tried to run away with him. Tried to run away with me, but I am very heavy, so his back made a very not beautiful crunching sound. Been there. He started yelling, and then everyone else started yelling, and some of that yelling was directed at me, and then they started hitting me with their not beautiful weapons. And then some good crusaders drove them away and brought me here. Now I've been lumbered with you. Waste of good metal you are. Instead of working, I'm supposed to keep an eye on you so no one's tempted by the walking treasure trove. Okay, but about that glamour. Happy to be of service. Okay, right, so it's transmogs. I can make items look like other items. Sure, okay, no. I'm not that bothered about fashion, Pathfinder. A grizzled dwarf turns a blade in his calloused hands, carefully inspecting its edge. When he sees you approaching, he sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod. New face in the city. Picked a good time to come to Canabras. You can see we're in need of warriors. How do you know I'm new? Do you know everybody in the city? Well, not everyone. But I make it my business to know the people who might need my services. Blacksmith's work isn't just at the anvil, you know. Can't help but notice that not particularly common surname. Are you Staunton's brother? He mentioned you. Yeah. Where he goes, I go. That's how we've always done it, even before the World Wound. I forge the armor, he goes into battle and breaks it. He brings it back to me and I repair it and make it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, when Fire Nation attacked. But that part has stayed the same. So, about the fall of Dresden, I've got to know. I've told this story so many times already. Well, telling it one more time won't kill me. Dresden was built after the First Crusade, back when it seemed like victory was ours for the taking and the demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of Old Sarkoris was thoroughly diminished. Many of them hoped to see their hard fighting repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes, and on Mendev's ambitions, though you're not supposed to say that out loud. What a city it was, Bigitha lodged it. You can't even imagine. It was built by the finest engineers from the Five Kings Mountains. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusade movement, a monument to its glory and a beacon of hope for all Galarian. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory, and they came from all over. Taldor, Garand, Tianxia, I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there, the banner that had been carried into battle by Armade herself back when she was still human, and not, confusingly, a sword. Ah yes, Constantinople, yeah. That banner protected the city and kept the demons from teleporting inside its walls. As long as the banner was in place, Dresden was invincible. Or so we thought. But then the World Wound suddenly expanded. The demons launched a new onslaught, and folks started saying it was time to declare the Second Crusade. Dresden was unassailable, until one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city, that its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered unneeded words about glory and valour, and convinced him that he could be a hero as great as Iomade herself. And the poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorized foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds. But for some reason, the courageous ringleader was spared. The whole army teleported into Dresden. It was a bloodbath. Joran solemnly shakes his head. As you can guess, that officer was called Staunton Vane. And that woman turned out to be a demon. Not just any demon, it was Minago, that foul wretch. She's given us a lot of grief here in Canabras too. She asked me what I was doing while my brother was off having trysts with that beast and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. I wasn't going to until you said that. The blacksmith gestures as if to ward off the inevitable reprobation. Who could have guessed it would end like this? I've failed my brother, that's the truth. I blame myself every day looking at his plight. So, that's the story. Okay, cool. Why is your forge outside? I mean, that's a normal place for forges, Bigitha. Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. True master of any craft will always find the tools that they need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal. But I still got my hands. That means I can work. Alright, what you got? I picked up a lot of trash that I totally didn't steal. I don't need this. I don't need these either. I should probably keep a torch just in case. Anything cool? Anything druid shaped? Ooh, got some magic stuff that I in no way can afford. Attrition dagger. Constitution but like direct ability damage. Neat. Butcher of undead. Pain channeler. Merry-go-round. Alright. No exciting scimitars. Oh, well, actually... Yes, there is. It's still cold iron and could be better. I need another 180 gold. I probably shouldn't start selling my healing potions. Protection from alignment potions are, you know, they're very situational. And that gives me enough. Ha ha ha! New sword. And also, would you like this old sword? Yeah, honestly. Got more back for it than I expected. Alright, who else is out here that's interesting? If you have a name, please make yourself known. I was about to say, oh, there's somebody over there named Clyde. Yes, he is a Triceratops Emma. He works for you. Anything over here apart from the exit? No? An examinable here? The place has been sanctified. You can protect the area around it from the corruption of the abyss. Okay, cool. Oh, that's the forge. It's just people disappear when you're not close to them. Which is how it works. I'm on the roof. This is an Assassin's Creed game now. Except Ezio never had a Triceratops. And wouldn't it have been a better game if he did? Wouldn't every game be a better game if you had a Triceratops? That's just my thoughts. Well, we can finally actually leave. Let's just have a quick look at our journal, I guess. So, this errand is complete. Why are you showing me complete quests? I literally don't care. There should be a way to get across the rift. Well, I mean, we should do the ones with the hourglasses, because that means they're going to run out if we don't do them in this chapter. Not that I know how long a chapter is. So, companion quests. Waldriff wants us to go and talk to the head of the gang. And we need to find Jannar, Sealer's very fast friend. Stay of execution? Be prepared. Just be prepared. Common cause, gather allies. Okay, we just do that in among everything else. The Burning City, find the Storyteller, Blackwood Library. Spies amidst our ranks. Tower of Estrad. Worm Family Secrets, Hawks' Mansion. Okay, we've got a few directions. I don't want any of that stuff, that's why I didn't pick it up the first time. Why would we not take everyone? We have space. It's Waldriff. A map! Finally, we have reached the airship moment. This is a global map of the city. To move the map camera things. Travel to locations, click on them. Some locations may not be available for travel for various reasons. I mean, that's just true in life. As you explore, you'll find things. When traveling, you may be attacked, so be ready. Be prepared, as the song says. So can we get to... Can we get to these places? Because it means going through Market Square, which is where we were told to find the bridge over the chasm. Yeah, all these routes seem to go through there. Grey Garrison, you've never been in this location. No. Stop, again, gaslighting me, game. Let's go back to Market Square. It's where we started. Wait, so can we go to places past it? Ah, there you go. Currently there's no known way of crossing it, so... all of this... No, the Tiefling's hideout we can get to just fine. I'm not totally clear on where this rift is. Can't zoom out. Kind of wish I could. Let's just go to Market Square. There's an exclamation mark. We found a dead horse. We can procure stuff at the dead horse. Fine. We found cheese and butter and rocks at the dead horse. Great. As you were. Random encounter. Who doesn't love a random encounter? Almost everyone.
Can we retreat already?
A random encounter with some big bugs. Bigus buggus, as they don't say and really should.
I'll cut you wide open.
They have a lot of health.
No
Fiendish giant fly. Okay, he had much less health. just slapped out of the air. Outstanding. Good work, Sealer. Bad work, Spider. Alright, Clyde, mess him up. Cool. He's quite messed up now. Finish him off.
You won't survive me.
I said finish him off. Ah, Waldriff. Charge, burning hands. Grease. Make people greasy. Make people fall over with grease. Cold spray, stuns, blinds, knocks prone, and mage armor. Neat. Anyway, just stabby stab. Wow! Good sneak attack. Accomplished by just walking straight up to the person. Cool. That went well. Anything we can steal? No? No. Okay, we're done. Oh, we should probably actually be wrapping this up. Well, this certainly was a good pub. I guess we also, you know, did that bit where we nearly died. We exploded a lot of people. Let's go to the market square first. See if we can find this so-called bridge. I've got a bit of time. Okay. Hello? Oh, it's a thiefling. No, I'll tell you everything, just don't hit me. I never stole nothing. I only just joined the thieflings. The tiefling gestures back the way he came as if that explains something. It was all them. Back there, they found an underground passage to the Great Garrison. They've all been nicking stuff out of there ever since. Low down thieving toe rags, that's what they are. I had nothing to do with it, I swear. Brother God, is that you? Brother Woljif? I thought you pegged it in Erebeth's jail. That's not what that phrase means. Happy to see you too. Underground passage? Tell me more. Right, so the temple around here, the Temple of Iomedae, has a cellar and a passage leads from it right to the Great Garrison. The thieflings, my pals, damn a lot of them, have been using this passage on and off to sell all sorts of stuff to the soldiers in the Great Garrison. So, when the demons burst into the city, we thought we'd check up on the Great Garrison to see how the soldiers were faring, and to offer our assistance. Don't give me that look. This is the first I'm hearing of this. Thieflings keep secrets from each other too, you know. Okay, bye. Cheers for letting me go like this. I'll remember you 100 years, I will. I'll name a firstborn after you. Under your stare, the tiefling falls silent and then runs off. Secret passage. I don't actually know that reference.
They will break against our resolve.
Oh, there are demons. And then these wretch were the demons.
The spirits demand your blood.
Still such a normal person thing to say.
The light, take you.
Yeah, right. Also get wrecked. Get so wrecked. Yes, it's a critical hit. I know. Thank you. Knowledge Arcana. These enormous cracks appeared after a magically induced earthquake struck the land. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Why is Sealer behind Camellia? That seems odd. But also, probably if I start messing with the optimized formation, then it'll say, well, fine, you do all the micromanaging yourself for the rest of the game. My camera doesn't want to go up this far. Oh. Banditos. Marauders. Everyone, get in there. Except land, just shoot them.
Make every strike count.
That had a difficulty of 4, and you still botched it both times. Oh my god, Lan. You know all those times I compliment you for exploding dudes? You know. Maybe think about that. Okay, thank you. I was wondering if I'd get that attack of opportunity, and yeah, it just killed them. Lied. Mix it up. Why is this Marauder red? Oh, he's raging. Clyde's will saving throw failed. He's blind and stunned. You blind Clyde.
Out of my way!
You blind him like the Oedipus. Jail for marauders. No attack opportunity there? I guess. Okay.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Why not both,
You
indeed?
are today's sacrifice.
across the wrong monk.
No glory without risk.
Stop color spraying us.
Die!
What do you think? This is a pride parade?
Distract them from me.
Hit this guy.
Won't survive me.
Well, how's that color spray working for you now? Anything interesting in the equipment? Grab a scroll. Why not? Everyone loves a scroll. Note, many people do not love scrolls. That's the exit. Here's stuff to steal. Oh! Oh, my dragons come out now! Okay, so it clearly only happens in the field.
Head on!
There's a house. Well, hello, Amber.
We'll
You have a
make
name?
this quick. She won't feel a thing.
Hi.
I don't know. Can we really do this?
Probably not. Let's see.
Listen, we don't have a choice. There are demons everywhere. What else would you have us do?
A group of knights surround a young elven girl, dressed in rags that barely cover the hideous scars on her body. The Vega girl is on her knees, watching placidly as the people who argue heatedly around her. It's as if she doesn't sense the looming threat at all. The black crow flies in agitated circles above her head.
In Iomede's name, we're sorry, girl, but it is our duty. We have to do this, not for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone who can still be saved from the demons. If we don't win this battle, you won't have long to live anyway.
It looks like you're trying to perform a summary execution. Would you like some help with not doing that?
They're insane. We've got to do something.
Yes, we do.
I understand. You're scared. You feel powerless. You think this will help. You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do.
Okay, Joan of Arc. Hi.
Our weapons barely scratch the demons' hides. We're sacrificing this girl to Iomade so we can consecrate our weapons with her innocent blood and gain the power to destroy the spawn of the abyss.
Okay, first question, can you hear yourself? Second question, what? Third question is a knife.
It's extreme, but we have no other choice. We have to defend this city somehow, or else we'll all perish, including her.
I would just be like, yeah, great idea. So what's that? Roll a 9. Roll a 7. Roll a 6. Well, I'm still going to go for the factoid first. It's ridiculous that teachings of Iomedae directly prohibit doing this.
Exactly. What were you thinking? The goddess would never allow this.
We're great at knowing things.
Whose idea was this anyway? I think it was yours.
My idea? I was against the whole thing right from the start. Who said we needed to make a sacrifice? Wasn't it you? You can't blame anyone else for that.
Of course they can. People can blame anyone for anything. That's how it works.
Please don't fight. All of you are good people, defenders of the city. You just made a mistake. Please don't hurt them.
I mean, if they're going to stop it with the sacrificing a girl to... Yeah.
The little girl is defending the people who wanted to slaughter her a minute ago. She's either a saint or she's insane. Maybe the two together.
Saint?
Hey, I know her. I see her all the time on the street. She's a couple of cards short of a full deck, if you know what I mean.
What I understand is that I absolutely want her on my team.
Hi. Remember when we used to play together when we were little? But then you went and got all big. And I stayed the same for some reason.
Huh? I played with you? Pull the other one.
You did. We played tag and hide and seek. Then you and the bigger boys came up with the game where you all threw stones at me. You laughed so hard. It made me happy too. But then you grew up and went away to do grown-up things. Want to play with me now?
I will protect this child with my life.
For the love of... Canabris is too damn small.
So we can say, just go and do the war effort instead, die, or the person who started it must die. But we don't know who started it. Just go and don't do the sacrificing of innocents anymore.
Thank you.
The knights hurry away before you can change your mind.
They're gone. And they all lived. I was sure that someone would die today.
Lots of people
So
will
many people
have
have
died
died here already.
today.
But we are still alive for some reason. Strange, isn't it?
Okay, Dr. Manhattan.
But you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a silly girl, really.
I don't think you're an ordinary girl, and that is not an ordinary crow.
No, don't be silly. I'm very ordinary. Well, I know different types of tricks, but Soot taught me those.
I am not being convinced that you are not magic with a magic crow.
Now Soot here, she truly is unusual. She's clever and she can talk, but only to me. She teaches me magic tricks and lots of other stuff. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Who are you anyway?
Call me Ember. I live here, on the streets, for many years now. But there's nothing to say about me.
Okay, but you seem cool and know magic, and also you should come with me.
I must have misheard. This girl? Join our party?
See,
What
Camellia
could
doesn't
we
like you.
possibly want with this dirty little
Ringing
beggar?
endorsement.
Sure. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, well, are you gonna come with us? Ah, you are already in the party, it's just we only have so many slots, and Clyde is taking one up. Cool. Well, now that we've made a friend, I think it's time to finish. Actually, I just want to look at her character sheet quickly. Stigmatized Witch. Some witches think of their magic not as a gift but a curse. Her body is tarnished with the mark of her ill fate. Maybe the patron of such a witch was cruel and decided that power mustn't come cheap. Maybe they... Yeah. Okay, so she gets a curse like an oracle would and has spontaneous spell casting. Rather than prepared. Neat. And she's an atheist, which is nice. Okay, cool. I'm actually going to stop now. Yeah, we've run even a bit longer than usual, so I'm just going to do the wrap-up. So, thanks everyone for coming here and enduring me standing in the pub talking for 2 hours. If you've been watching this, you know where to find me, but just in case, this is twitch.tv/Saracent, that's SERASENT, the House of Hubris, streaming here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 PM British time. That is 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific for the moment, because clocks go back end of this month, I think, so be aware of that. And hey, if you don't want to do the maths, why not just give us a follow and then get notified whenever I'm around. If you do miss anything, VODs are on the channel for 8 weeks after the fact. For everything else, there's the YouTube, link down there, or it is youtube.com/@HouseOfHubris, where you can find everything going back to the very start of the channel, which, as we've established, is coming up on 3 years now. We've played lots of games. Go check them out. While you're there, why not subscribe? Helps me make number go up, but more importantly, gets you hot, fresh VODs in your subscription feed every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Currently slightly on hiatus because I want to build up a buffer again because of, yeah, everything. But they'll be there. Nothing's going away permanently, probably. And yeah, if you feel like supporting me going to the pub and then adopting orphans financially, you can of course cheer or subscribe on Twitch, but you very much don't need to. Just turn up and hang out and be chill and be good to each other, and then everyone's having a good time. If you want to find me elsewhere, links down there. Or it is House of Hubris on most things. That's House of Hubris on Twitter. House of Hubris at kind.social on Masdo. houseofhubris.bsky.social on Blue Sky. Yeah. That or Saracent anywhere will probably take you to me. It's not a common handle. And yeah. Check me out there. I will be ranting about everything I do. On which note, Season 2 of Chaika is going to be great. Comes out this Friday. Check it out. I'll be posting about it on all my socials. I think that's everything. So, once again, thanks all for being here. We'll return to Bigitha's ongoing story on Thursday. Love to you all. Take care of yourselves out there. And bye-bye.